Quick.
This is my jam.
All right. So this is going to be session 2 of Forbidden Lands. Now, none of you actually know me, so what I'm about to say right now. So when I DM games, after the first game, every session that I start, I ask someone to recap what happened the previous session. I do this for a couple of reasons. Not because I'm trying to be lazy, but the main one is a lot of times as a DM, you might understand as a DM what you think is important, but the players never really got, or the players might think something's important, which you never thought was, and vice versa. So I just want to kind of get an idea of what people thought was relevant and important to the previous session of the story that's been happening. So, with that knowledge, I want someone to please recap what happened last week, last session.
Um, we started outside of town where
Heard
we
a
heard,
scream.
scream from. I forgot to write her name
Got her
down.
name. Lady, child taken by creature. We
Yeah.
find the sirens, go to their nest, find some loot, find a broken wing, which is obviously important somehow. Yeah. And then I think we found a chest. Or it might be out of order.
I don't remember a chest.
Trust is probably from the session 0.
Session 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I patched a dude up, or try to patch a girl up or something like. Oh, I had a heart attack.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Yap Yap got a busted knee.
a strapped to my dog, Essaying. And it seemed like the lady was grateful. I don't know specifically for us, but it just seemed like it was mentioned that she was. We told her we'd rescue her baby, since the village doesn't like us that much, our race that much.
Well, the village is, for the most part, tolerant. I mean, the village is next to a forest which is inhabited by the elves. And there was a bit of, maybe just pretty much racism towards the elves for that matter. But there's never been really any huge outbreak or fight. There might have been the occasional brawl in a tavern room or whatnot, but there's been no purge of elves from the village. In
Was it
fact,
her
that there's
husband?
not that many people in Godsdale, for the matter, to even deal with that. Because if elves start coming by, it can get ugly. But they kind of just live right now in the moment. But what everyone has said is essentially true. So, the events that transpired. All of you are, as mentioned, most of you are from Godsdale itself. One of the members was not here, is a traveler that was approaching Godsdale when the events unfolded. A woman screaming top of her lungs because harpies end up taking her child, and she begged all of you, even her family, her husband, being a bit racist himself to the elves, she pleading with all of you to rescue her child. And so all of you answered that call, went forth, found the harpies, tracked them throughout the course of the day into the mountainous terrain to the southwest of Godsdale. And there is where you fought essentially everyone's first real fight. A monster, a harpy. Not many people within the world and within the Ravenlands would fight such a creature and walk away unscathed. All of you didn't walk away unscathed. In fact, some of you got hurt very, very bad. But you're all alive, which is, well, more than what a lot of would-be adventurers or people would ever have, well, done. So that might spark that that little flame in your body of wanting to see what's more. Maybe you've been in Godsdale for the time, and you've been wanting to maybe leave, maybe want to do something, but you never really want to go by yourself. And as mentioned, you need to have a reason to adventure. This could be the reason. This could be the spark, which I'm hoping what launches you off. Because if you want to stay inside the game, want to stay inside the town, well, we'll deal with that if you decide to go with that route. But this could be the initial spark that drives all of you to wanting to see what's out there. Just to put down that plow, to put down that smithing hammer, just that monotonous work you had day in, day out within the town of Godsdale. A really small town, roughly around 100 people. And now you're watching the sunset as the sky darkens. The monstrous corpses behind you. One of your friends, one of your companions, tied to Arsene the wolf, because he is very, very wounded. His leg is completely swollen, banged up, and somebody that had knowledge in the healing arts can probably understand that he's probably going to be permanently affected for this injury. But there's something to hear. In your rescue, you saved the baby of the woman. Her name is Dorella. And with that, you do have to get back to the village, but it is essentially nightfall now. And traveling at night through a mountainous terrain tends to be a bit bad. So thinking the best part of the plan will be up to you what you want to plan when I get to that part. But there's also another thing that was acquired in the Harpy's nest. Something that stands out. It was a piece. This is what it looks like. It looks like it was connected to something, but it was a piece of metal, very, very pristine, not weathered by the marks of rain or corrosion, but still very, very clean, shiny. Don't really know what it connects to, just that it obviously is a piece of something in the shape of wings. And that could be, well, a point of interest. Have something in your hand that could be a legend, because there are definitely legends told throughout the Forbidden Lands. Some that you've heard growing up, some that you would hear from a passerby that would come into the local tavern within Godsdale, or even the local farmer whose father's father would tell some interesting tale about his own life or what he's heard. There's an abundance of legends and tales that are scattered throughout the Forbidden Lands. The question is, these tales, they talk about riches, they talk about damsels in distress, evil beings, dragons, demons. You gotta understand, you fought a monster, those gotta be true. But the treasures told in those also gotta be true, right? They gotta come from somewhere. All these could be ponderings you have as you are sitting there catching your breath, the fight just being done, and you're now going to formulate a plan and how to proceed forward. Baby being carried by one of you, the goblin Yayap that just strapped to Arsene. And so, I now ask you, my players, what would you like to do? Now, couple information. We'll say it is nighttime, so I'll shut now.
Okay. Firstly, I think we would all agree to head back to town and, deliver the baby. Because because Kubrick's still holding it.
Well, there does present a problem though. A couple of you are injured, and traveling at nighttime is actually very, very dangerous. All of you would know this. Now, being in the terrain you are, yes, you know that there are some beings within the forest, but the forest is home to mostly the elves. But the mountains themselves can be a bit dangerous, especially when you're on them at the nighttime, carrying a baby. So, even though I won't stop you if you want to travel, traveling during the night could be very, very hazardous.
Is there any rock formations that might provide almost like a cave, where we can make a camp?
Well,
or something roof, something that would give us a roof.
That would actually be the person that's going to make camp. So essentially what you're presented with right now is the start of a journey. These would be the journey actions. That being traveling or hunkering down, making a camp, and formulating a plan to stay over for the night, or you continue moving forward. So if you want to take the baby and start heading towards Godsdale, which is at a distance, it's only about 6 miles away, so it is, you would get there before full-on nightfall, because it is dusk right now. but it's still going to be dangerous. It is dark, so it's going to be treacherous terrain. So the travelers, the pathfinder, the scout are going to have penalties, and they could be a little bit bad. Or you can make camp here and just wait out the night and traverse in the morning light.
As Pathfinder, I suggest we make camp. It's rocky. We can lose our way, slip and fall, and between people being injured and a baby, I think it's easier to go at daytime. We could set up a guards and rotate them out. That's my suggestion.
Hey,
I'm sorry
looking
about my
connected.
delay. Yep. I'm joining in right now. My computer is just old and it's screwy, so it took me a bit to get Discord to work.
No worries. Right now you're formulating a plan on what to do, and the Pathfinder did say he would like to stay the night. Now, here's the thing. Even though there's no official leader in the group, typically the Pathfinder, the one that leads the way everywhere, kind of tends to get put in that position, because you can leave him behind and go yourself, but then someone else will have to Pathfind, and, well, if someone's good enough, he can definitely do it. So, again, I won't stop you, but... well, what does everyone think, for that matter? For example, Elrian, you've seen these events at hand. How do you feel about these events, Elrian? What do you think right now?
I don't know, like, yes, intense from the fight and stuff.
Oh, Fantasy Grounds crashed on me. Sorry about that.
Yeah, take your time.
Oh.
Also, if you can, Basil, go ahead and lower your sensitivity of your mic. You're picking up your breathing.
Oh yeah.
Now, Yayap is injured. Yayap has 0 strength, so he is for essentially out cold. Maybe not out cold, but he is not able to do anything really. So it doesn't happen. I believe we stopped it before we ended last session. But anyone here can attempt to do a healing roll on Yayap to bring him back to essentially legitimate consciousness, or I'll say thinking consciousness, I should say. Remember, anyone can do this roll.
And
I'll-
I guess I can carrying a baby, so no, I can't do that.
No, you put the
I'll
baby
attempt
down. I
it.
mean, we're taking a bit of time right now. So this could be within the next hour, 2 hours. It could be within 5 hours. So you can definitely set down the baby and attend to your wounded. Because even though you have tied Yayap to the wolf present its own set of problems if you do traverse with him on that.
Yep, can't walk on his own though if he has a busted knee.
He can. Yep, can walk. He just can't run. His running day is over. His days of running throughout the town is gone, officially.
I thought he said his kneecap was busted.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
He-
that makes sense for him to walk.
No, he can walk. He just can't run. He's limping. Essentially, he's limping forever now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can
I
walk, you make a new character.
limp
He can
run.
walk. He just can't
People with
run.
limps can run as a slow action.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So typically, what it means in combat, you have a movement that's a fast action, then you can do attack. His now movement is a slow action. So he's forever slow now, but he can still walk. But his leg is entirely, completely swollen, which represents him having the 0 strength currently.
All right, I'll try the healing.
Okay.
Do what I can.
All right, so you go over to Yayap and go ahead and give me a healing roll from your character sheet. Let's see how well you attend to his leg. Well, Viduin, you try.
go.
Unfortunately, his leg is just way too damaged.
Sorry, yeah. You end up getting a vasectomy.
Wait, what? No.
I look over. Would anybody else like to try this? I can't make heads or tails of how to heal this. I think if I keep going, if I push it, I'll end up losing the leg. Tie the tourniquet too tight or something.
I just think we wait until he gets to a hospital or some sort of doctor.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll make a camp.
All right.
It's their
So here's
survival
what we
roll.
need to do. In chat, we need to determine what everyone's action is for the night. So I will present everyone to their character sheet. Go to the journeys actions on the character sheet. That is going to be all the actions you can do. Now, obviously, we're not going to be moving. So the hiking, the lead the way, is not going to be in use. But the
Where's
ones
journey?
Hmm?
Where's the journey?
in the
tab?
abilities tab of your character sheet.
Oh,
Abilities-
okay.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Now, obviously, Gannon has to be resting because that's all he can do, which he will gain back his consciousness after the that entails. But making a camp, a couple things can happen here. Those of you that take the rest action will automatically gain back their full complement of their stats, and that would be considered your sleep. But you'd want to do that after the camp is made, so during the nighttime. So right now, essentially, plan actions of what's going to happen while one of you is set in the camp. Usually, that's going to entail someone keeping watch in case anyone tries to ambush you, like another harpy or another insect or being or whatnot. But usually, it's going to be people hunting, maybe foraging, gathering food. Now, all of you have a bit of food on you. You did rush off, and you have the items of necessity for the most part on all of you, I believe, right now. So hunting and that is not really useful unless you want to get some pelts or just have some extra food on you. But what we're looking for is the actions each member is going to do as we move along this track of the quarter days. So for the evening quarter phase, what's everyone's actions going to be?
I think I'm just gonna. I guess keep watch while holding the baby, because I'm not letting the baby down.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm going to, since I don't have a tent anymore, I'm going to, I guess, set up.
Well, you can still make camp. All the tent did was help you out, and it's really useful when it comes to the sense of it being very, very cold. It'll help in that sense, but you can still make a camp without a tent.
Okay.
You're just gonna be doing. You're gonna be finding a good place, like in between rocks. You might find a small cave, maybe a
Okay.
tree like that. If you had a tent, obviously it's easier. That's why you have a bonus.
Okay, I'll be looking for a place to camp, something that covers our head.
Okay, so what I want
Give us
is
some
I want this to be
perspective.
kind of a typical action whenever we do the journeys actions. Everyone type out in chat what their role is going to be. So whoever's keeping watch, so I know it's Seabass, go ahead and type out you're keeping watch. Those of you that's going to do make camp, right out making camp. We need to have everyone have a role.
You guys hear me?
Very, very quiet.
Can you guys hear me now? Is that better?
Still pretty quiet.
What about now?
Better, but still quiet. My house getting reactivated on my
We
side.
can just turn him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, say something real quick.
I haven't been doing it.
Yeah.
That's good enough. I'll deal with that. I'll just boost you up to 200.
Okay,
so-
this is for the first quarter, right?
No, we're in the third quarter right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
this is
so
evening.
Do I still have to rest, or?
Well, if you
Map.
rest, so essentially what's going to happen? For each day, you need to rest at least once. And that will prevent you from gaining the sleeping condition or the sleepy condition during the next day. So if some of you rest right now, you will accommodate that actual thing. But the problem is, if you sleep now, the camp has not been made yet. Which is why you typically want to do the breaking of the camp or the making of the camp while one of you either forages or hunts. Because when you sleep, you need to have a good shelter. And that's what's being built right now. So even if you rest, it does not count as sleeping. It's you just kind of resting, getting your a breather, essentially, getting your stats back
okay.
up. Sleeping is what actually prevents you from becoming sleepy.
Alrighty.
Okay. So I'm still unconscious now, then.
So this is so we're making camp right now. We still have time to sleep after the camp is made, right?
Yes, that'll be during the evening phase or the night phase. So there's 4 phases. You're in the 3rd phase right now.
Alrighty. Do you think while they're making camp and finding stuff and such, can I make some wooden arrows?
Absolutely.
Do I just need to roll my crafting?
No, first off, you have to get some actual wood.
Oof. Okay. Well, I'll get some more. I would roll. Do I need to roll anything for that?
1 second. We're gonna do this a bit at a time. Even if you are just out unconscious, I still need you to write in chat. So I need everyone, all 5 players. So looking for one more. So looking for who we're looking for?
Basil.
Basil. Are you here, or are you still having issues?
No, I'm here.
All right.
I
All
got
right.
one.
There you go. Gather wood. Okay. So we're gonna do this easy. Yeah, you're just resting because you're unconscious, so we keep that's fine. Now, real quick, Elrian, only one person actually. Ooh, no, actually, more can make camp. So when someone makes camp, only one person does it, but you can help. So in this case, between Kubrick and Elrian, which one of you has the better survival skill? Who wants to be the one that's actually making the camp itself? Who's helping that person make the camp?
Oh, I thought I was keeping watch.
Well, Elrian said they camp in.
Illyrian.
Oh, sorry. I got Jay. Sorry, I apologize. Voodoo, between Voodoo and Elrian, which one of you is going to be making the camp? Which one is going to be helping that person to make the camp?
My survival.
Can I make the camp?
What's your skill? Survival.
Actually, have a 0 and it's probably wouldn't be a good idea if I do it.
I had no idea what you just said. Hey.
I have a survival too, so I guess I would be good for making the camp or finding the placing of the camp in.
Yeah, but you're very, very muddy again. I can't understand what you're saying when you talked.
Oh, you did, I'm sorry.
No, Troy, you're fine. I'm just talking about hey.
Oh. I was gonna say it's just his voice.
Yeah. Oh, the only one I can understand when he talks really is hey, or Elrian. It's like his mic is very, very muddy to me. I don't know if it's for anyone else, but for me, it's hard for me to understand him when he talks a little bit.
Alright, you there?
All right, let's do this. We'll have Elrian help out. So, hey, you're making the camp. So first up, what we need to have you do is adjust your survival for making camp. So click on where it says +1 for the modifier, and then roll make camp from your abilities, journeys actions. Fantastic, you make camp.
Yay.
So you tell me, where'd you find this little nice camp? Where'd you put it at? Where's it at? What are we looking at?
So there was a bit of I guess kind of a larger set of a hill, and at the base of it it looked like maybe rocks had fallen down, that they had fallen down on top of enough rocks where it kind of created, we can all wedge in there. Almost like a little mini cave, not quite deep like a cave, but just enough where if something were to land on top of us, we have a roof over our heads, and we can hopefully if we find enough wood, we can gather a little fire and give us protection from the elements, and then if anything attacks us, we at least have our backs protected. It's not much, but it'll do for a day.
Fantastic.
Day,
but as it is, the good part is that a camp has been made. Now we need to go to Basil. Basil, you need to gather wood. This takes a quarter day. Now, typically, you're going to do a crafting roll to gather wood. Now, it's easiest when done within, obviously, a forest. But out here in the mountainous terrain, it's going to be a bit harder. So we need to determine first, do you have an actual axe to cut down wood with?
No, I have a knife.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to have a couple of modifiers to accommodate the fact that you don't have the right instrument to actually get the wood that is required for arrows, but you might be able to find it. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to have. I want this to be the result. On the modifier box, I want you to have a total of -2 crafting.
Okay.
And then go ahead and click on crafting. Okay. You're able to successfully find, looking mainly for arrows, but you found enough wood to be used to go ahead and make anything with it that requires wood. So you have the raw material. So I'm doing the party sheet, make it easy. And the party sheet is going to be a unit of wood. Go ahead and drag that to your sheet, and you'll have a unit of wood, which you can then craft into arrows on another quarter day.
Use a party sheet. Oh, so what did I need to do? Is drag the wood into my inventory?
Absolutely. Just like that. All right, so you have that. Now, for those of you that are keeping a watch, Kubrick, go ahead and give me a scouting roll, please.
All right, got it.
Okay, not good. Now, there's actually a couple things I want to actually mention. I meant to actually do it at the beginning of the game, but I forgot to do. Actually, I probably said it when we were all waiting. So there's a couple things. I always will look for issues or things to look up the previous session. I'll do my research, and I will present them and any changes that need to be at the start of the game, which I will unfortunately do after the start, and I'll do right now. So, a couple points are brought up. I know that last session it was brought up about having a bit of extra effects if you go into combat and start doing abilities to people, stab and harpies in the neck and whatnot. So after thinking about this for about a week, essentially, there are certain effects I might apply, but for the most part, I'm going to leave the damage out of it because there is actual full effects for piercing someone or stabbing someone. The wounds you acquire, the critical hits, like when Yed got busted in the knee, are the actual damaging wounds on a person when they get hit. The stat reducence of like strength is kind of like in a bit of D&D. It's kind of your luck. It's kind of your blocking, you just surviving. The actual wound is a critical hit that gets you, which typically drops you. That's the wound that hurts your character. Now, a lot of the effects that will adjust is already in game. That being shoving, pushing, fainting, grappling someone. All these effects that modify, because all you can really do is modify the effects or modify the dice that someone rolls, really is already inside the game. And secondly, is a kind of small fundamental change to the system, which I hear, and I've heard from people, even the creators of the game, is not raw right now, but is more of what they see, and from what I hear, it makes the game more relevant to the talents you pick up as well as just the nature of the game. That is, when it comes to journeys, if you can push the roll. Now, almost everyone I speak to GM-wise, even the creators of the game, do say that the game is much more, it's better of a game if you cannot push during journeys. This makes talents more useful, like pathfinding or hunting. This makes gear more useful if you can't push. So I'm going to stick with that rule for this game right now. Well, that's what I'm going to implement, which is I rarely implement that kind of rule after the start of a game, but I do feel that would fit the nature of this game. So at this point, any type of journey, only journey action. So you can still push other stuff, and I'm going to add on to not be able to push during journeys. You can only push during journeys if it's for a dire situation. If you've been being run by enemies the last couple of days and you're struggling, you can push. But if you're just having the first night off and you're feeling fine, everything's good, there's no tense situation, you can't push. You can only really push when it is a stressful situation. That's what it's really kind of meant for.
Scare the crap out of me.
Well, no for more interactive combat, correct?
Essentially, there's not really much I can get in that would not just break the system. Now, in other games I run, I definitely do that. But I do feel, in my experience in this game, the interactive combat, I think it would make it too deadly, which I want to avoid. And the effects that you might want to add in are already built into the system. So I think a lot of the addition or the telling of how you do actions, I think it's just going to be stayed into the fluff or the descriptive nature of the actions you do. I want to get it clear. I want to get it clear just so we can be on the same page. Now, the extra effects you're talking about, Like, give me an example of the effects you want to have happen in combat.
You want an example?
Yeah, I mean, because I want to be on the
Okay,
same page. I don't
so
like. I don't understand
if-
completely what you're saying before I say yes or no completely.
Okay, so let's say you have a club, right?
Yes.
And you want to break it over the skull or the nose of an enemy, and you roll fairly high, or it's all up to the DM on this, right? And you say
Yes.
you aim for the nose. Of course, that's not gonna do a lot. Let's say it, maybe it pisses them off, or maybe they start bleeding from their nose and they take bleed damage. The same would apply to us. Or if you stab someone, you'd reckon they're probably gonna bleed from that. So what's that gonna do? In my opinion, so I would do this in all the campaigns I run. It just adds more to the actual role play in a fight instead of just I attack, I swing. So you can actually be more descriptive, and you can be rewarded for being descriptive. The same applies to the DM, and it's the DM's choice and how far they want to go with it.
Now, that's exactly what I thought you were talking about. So, I am going to go say no to this, and here's the reason why. I don't want to say no and just leave it at that. I want to give you the exact reason why I'm going to say no to this. And the main one is how deadly system is already. In a game like D&D or other systems, when characters level up, they acquire better AC, they become more lethal because of the fact they gain better stat bonuses to hit someone. Also, their defenses, their health, how much they can take damage, goes up also. So it's always going up across the board. Forbidden Lands, you do not. In Forbidden Lands, when you level up, you get deadlier, but your toughness does not get higher, which means characters are easier to get killed as they get higher, but they're not easier to defend against the damage. Now, the extra effects, hitting someone breaking the nose, is already in the game. It already has effects. There are talents that allow you to pick the crit you do on someone when you do hit them this way. So it's already fundamentally built into the system. Now, I do love descriptors. I love that in Genesis when I run it, and I allow extra dice, extra effects, extra damage. But allowing those kind of effects in this game, allowing bleeding effects, which is already built in to bleeding, would compound the deadliness. Right now, one hit will already almost kill someone. And having effects, if someone is bleeding and getting hit in combat and poisoned, no one will survive. It does come to the point that, yes, if you start doing it to me, I'm going to do it to you. And yes, I can relegate it, and players will typically not go overboard with it. But I don't want to see it devolve into, I aim for the eyes, I aim for the neck. Every kill, I'm trying to blunt. Every kill, I'm trying to cut the throat. Not really a problem in my games. But I just want to say no because of how inherently dangerous the system already is.
Okay.
And all the effects are already here. Like I said, the talent Deadly lets you pick the crit you do on someone. There is a broken nose. If you look at the crit tables, there is broken nose, there is crushed knee, there is pierced throat, there is decapitation. All that's already in the game.
Okay. So, and what I meant by that was an extreme example, right?
Yeah.
It's your choice on this. But I meant more like small things. The extreme ones, you would relegate those. That's all completely and utterly up to you. We have to abide by that no matter what you say, of course. But I meant like smaller things, right? So I don't know, maybe you do stab someone or slash someone, and they don't necessarily have to bleed, but some they act a little differently because you just stabbed them. By that, so I'm talking more instead of actual damage, more RP. That's what I meant.
So think of like a taunt then. Or they'll come after you because you hit them.
Yeah, something like
The
that.
RP thing I already do. I just want to have extra damage included. Is pretty much what it is. I want to avoid that.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so no
I agree with that.
technical or mechanic gain or disadvantage.
Oh,
It's
are
just
you
role
able to
play
hear me
purposes.
better now?
So
It's
you
still
guys ready
quiet.
to go to the next phase?
So essentially, it's what he said. I want to avoid the mechanical differences. There are some already built in. And if it is a call for, I'll make a talent that lets you. I'll make a talent that lets you taunt someone, or have them target you, or act differently based on the way you do the ability. I can actually build it into the system, but roleplay wise, I'll still kind of do what seems believable for an enemy. Like I'm not gonna have someone charge through ranks of soldiers to get to the back line because someone did something goofy. I mean, I'll try to make it believable. So those kind of effects I will do. I think just the biggest take I'm trying to say is that I don't want to include extra damage when the system will already kill someone very easy.
Okay, all good.
But again, if the examples, like I said, I'm open to criticism, good or bad. So if we do a couple games and you think there's some way I can do it, or if you want to re-talk about the situation, bring it up to me again. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I'm never gonna shut down someone and just say no. I'll give a reason why, and I'll reevaluate. Because like I said, this is a good new system for me. So I want to get good with it. I want to get experience with it. If I do need to reevaluate that situation, I will. So I'll just say, bear with me, and if something you think I can improve on or doesn't work, let me know again, and we'll talk about it again.
All right, noted.
Okay, so that was that being said, that was going to mean that Kubrick that did the Keep and Watch.
Later.
Yes, I think that was relevant to actually talk about though. But so let's go back to the game now. Kubrick, you did keep watch, but you did fail the role, so we're going to stick with this. So right now it's not really a tense situation. You did combat, you're fine. You got the baby, so kind of pay attention to the baby. So camp has been made successfully. Kubrick is a little preoccupied. You're looking around, but if anything does ambush you, you might miss it. But we'll deal with that during the course of the day. So I believe that's everyone's actions now. Now, yeah, you're out. Yeah, you get back. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal you, because you do come back to your full health when you have done that. So let's go ahead and heal you. Yep. There you go. Now, yeah, you come to, and you are a bit wounded. Your leg is still critical. You still gotta get this thing healed, or you will eventually die. But I did say it was 6 days. That was the role I did, naturally. So after this couple hours of you just kind of preparing the camp, getting ready, keeping watch, and doing your own activities, we now move on to the last phase of the day, which is the evening. So this is typically the phase where everyone is going to sleep. Now you can avoid that, or you can avoid the sleeping and continue on through the day, but you will have the sleepy condition. But you're also next to the town, so it's up to you what you all want to do.
So wait, we found the wood. So do I not get to do anything with the wood, or do we do that in the morning?
You do that during the quarter day. So you can do that now if you want to. You want to make moves right now, or you sleep. So you spent that entire quarter day essentially finding the, and because of the mountainous terrain, having the right actual axe to do this, you didn't find a lot, or a lot that was going to be useful. It's not kind of like just twigs, branches, nothing that would be good for arrows or any type of tool.
Okay.
And yeah, it is not kind of sleep, just resting. Resting and sleep are different.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Can we set up like watches?
Yes.
So, how long is this night? Like 8 hours?
So every phase, the morning, day, evening, night phase is 6 hours.
6 hours. So if there's
I can take the watch. I'm nocturnal. I mean, I have nocturnal vision, so I can see in the dark.
okay, so I'll take the first 2 hours, and then
So it
everybody
actually
can
doesn't
do
work
an
in that
hour
sense.
a-
So it's not.
after.
It doesn't work in that sense where you split it. In this one person watches the entire 6 hours. So whoever wants to watch is going to stay up. Now this I know it's not really in the real terms like in D&D you would have watch split like that. This game mechanic-wise, because this game is now I'm going to go into the mechanics of it. This game is about essentially juggling your resources and your actions. Because even leveling up requires a quarter day. So that's a little bit of a change that you kind of might have to break a little bit of the suspension of disbelief as it is. So in this case, for this game itself, only one person, multiple can, keep watch, but you are going to essentially not sleep. So you're going to become sleepy. So who's the one that's going to stay up during the night?
I guess maybe Yayep, since he's not going to be in any combat or anything. He's already strapped to the dog.
Yeah.
He's not going to have to worry about moving around a whole lot.
Scream out whenever you see something.
Yeah.
But you can't sleep now. Now here's I'm going to tell you the result of being sleepy. So if you're sleepy, and this will happen during the next day, so you can watch during the night and be fine, but when we get to the morning, is then we will be sleepy until you sleep. Now here's the bad things about being sleepy. There's really no good things about it. Is you cannot recover wits, except through magic. You suffer 1 point to wits every day until you collapse and actually just go to sleep. That's the only thing. You cannot recover wits, and you take damage to wits every day when you don't sleep.
I'm looking right now.
What?
Sorry, who just talked?
Illyrian was trying to talk.
Okay, well, since he's not talking again, we'll go with this. So now we go to the evening phase. Again, type out what you're gonna do. Aaron, say something real quick. Because if you're talking, I can't hear you at all.
My man's
uh,
went.
Hear me?
Okay, yes, hear a little better now.
Okay.
A little more clear. All right, Voodooin sleeping. Yap is keeping watch. Elrian, as well as Basil and Kubrick, please type out what you're gonna do. Which is mostly probably, I imagine, sleeping or sleeping. Unless you want to actually make arrows, Voodooin, then you can.
Is everything supposed to be? Oh, okay, then.
Not Voodooin, but Basil, if you want to make arrows, you can do that.
Nope, I want to sleep.
Okay. So,
Would I get any additives for being nocturnal? I mean, like keeping watch.
you don't get the penalties.
Okay, cool.
All right, so,
So
Yap,
yes.
also, give me a scouting roll.
Alrighty.
Okay. So the night passes. The rest of you get your sleep. I'd imagine Kubrick is sleeping with the baby, making sure the baby is restful, and for the most part, it's an easy night. The accommodations, the point, the camp that was set up by Voodooin is for the most part really, really good, and you all sleep comfortably, being a bit close to Godsdale. So we now go to. Ooh, one last thing. Now I'm kind of doing this because I want everyone to know how the journeys work. So now we determine how food works and resources. Now to acquire all the resources back, we need to now go through the resource dice. Everyone go to inventory of your character sheet. And as all you have to do, everyone's going to roll their food and water dice. Just double click them, you roll them in chat. We need everyone to do this right now. Very good, Yap.
What were we rolling?
Food and water.
Oof.
Ooh, so Elrin
Oh,
went through a
you
lot
went
of food.
twice.
Oh, Elrin,
Oh,
you went
okay.
through food.
Twice. On accident.
You rolled it 3 times.
You rolled it 3 times?
Yeah, Elrin rolled
Oh,
food 3
Man's
times.
didn't count.
You did? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, now roll your water. Now, what you're noticing is you'll see in chat, if you roll a 1 or 2 on the dice, you do run out of resources. So Elrin just generally is gobbling up all her food and water. All right, I need Basil and Voodooin to also do yours. It's going to be the dice.
How do I roll it?
So double click the dice in your chat. Sorry, in the inventory, the bottom left consumables.
Shit.
Or you can just drag them.
Or you can drag it, that works also.
So I eat all my food and then I drink some of my water.
Well, it goes down 1 step. So if you had a D8 and you roll 1 or 2, it goes from a D8 to a D6. A D6
Alrighty,
goes to nothing if you go through that.
yeah, so if you give me a second, I gotta take a phone call.
Okay.
I'll still be in the game and such. I won't be able to hear you guys, but I'll still be here.
Okay.
You'll NPC.
You'll be NPC.
So what's 5 do?
5 is you have enough food. You ate some food and you had enough rationed off, and you just weren't that hungry to where your food stays the same. So you only start losing food and water when you get the 1 or 2 on the dice roll.
Oh,
All right, I believe that's everyone. So now you can see how the resources are used. That's going to be for arrows and torches. Oh, speaking of arrows, I didn't actually keep track of fully, so I'm going to have just one. I want both of the archers that did the game last session. So I believe that was Basil and I think Kubrick or whoever did the arrows. Roll the arrow. We'll do it once right now. So that's also your arrow supply. Okay, so that was the evening phase. Now, if anything was going to a cellular thing, was going to be like an ambush or a random encounter, I would do it whenever I want to, essentially. I do roll for it still. But the night does pass relatively peaceful under the stars. And we get to the next day. That is sunrise. Now, what we'll need to do is set up that Yap is going to be sleepy. And now I'm going to give everyone a rest.
Oh shoot, my strength doesn't increase, does it?
Oh, man,
maybe
it's got a
it
busted
Never mind.
knee.
Ugh, man! I'm so tired and in pain.
All right, so it is now.
Yeah, I'll come by a pat. Yeah, yep, on the head. Good job.
Good job on almost dying.
But you survived. All right, it's a morning phase, and again, there's been a hex scroll. We now need to determine what all of you want to do. Now, most part, I imagine you're gonna want to now get this baby and get off this damn mountainside.
Correct.
All right, so again, in chat, so everyone get used to this. Everyone type out what you want to do. What's the role? We're moving now, so we need a Pathfinder, we need the Scout, and we need the ones that are just gonna hike along. So essentially what we really need here is just the Scout and the Pathfinder.
Scouting is keeping the watch, right?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I can scout.
All right. Type it out in chat. All right. Yeah, but the busted leg is going to keep watch a little bit, or not keep watch. He's going to scout as he goes ahead. Now the group is going to be a little bit slower, being the fact that Yap himself is a bit slower now. He can walk. His leg is still swollen to all hell, but he is conscious and he is moving around just a bit slower than normal.
So we don't have him strapped to the dog anymore? Because we did have him strapped to the dog.
He probably unstrapped himself, keeping watch.
Yeah, puppy.
It would be kind of weird to be strapped to a dog, keeping watch.
I would.
So I would like to also, I'm going to send, I'll type it in there, but since I have a rank 1, I can send Arsane ahead to scout ahead too.
Okay, so go ahead and spend the willpower. So top of the character sheet, double click your willpower. Double click the number. No, say in chat you're using it.
Oh, oops.
And yes, Elrain, the town is next to the lake. The town of Godsdale. So Voodoo, you see where it says willpower 1?
It gives me a script error.
Oh, it does. Interesting. Why is that? I'll have to figure that out. That is weird. But drop down to 0. Just you're using it.
Okay.
So just click on it and type 0. I'll go on it later on. Fantastic there. Yeah, yep. Voodoo, go ahead and roll your Pathfinding. That's strange. Voodoo, you
Is that
there?
just, no, I'm sorry. Is that just survival?
No, it's
Okay.
the abilities tab. Journeys. It's lead the way.
I'll leave. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No worries. I mean, it's only second session. We're all new to this. Okay. Now, you being the actual leader, not leader, but you're the Pathfinder, the Kubrick, you position the party. So make sure everyone's looked at the map. So Voodooing,
You said, wait, you said my name?
Voodooing.
Kubrick. Oh, you said Kubrick earlier.
Sorry, I meant to say Voodooing. So Voodooing, go ahead and move that icon where you want to go.
Oops.
Fantastic.
I grabbed it, sorry.
Oh, you moved back.
I was-
I can't really tell who moves it, but ultimately Voodooing's the one that's
I
going
did
to
on
determine.
accident. Yeah, because I was moving the
Don't touch it.
picture frame.
That's
Yeah.
That's my one job.
That's fine. So, y'all pack your belongings that you had throughout the night. I know that Yap is a little bit tired. Y'all start to traverse down the hillside from the mountains. You cross the river, the cold water. there is a local bridge there that the inhabitants of Godsdale did build, so that was easy enough to traverse. And as you're getting to in the distance, you see the walls of Godsdale, and there's already a couple of the Melissa Town Watch who are at the walls watching. In fact, you see at the front gates of Godsdale, and the Godsdale is only surrounded by a small set of wooden palisades or walls that do surround this hamlet of a town. But there you see the woman, Darrell. And as you're getting closer, Kubrick, I imagine you have the baby in your arms, or how are you carrying the baby? You did take the hearts from her also.
I'm cradling it.
Okay. So when you get close enough to where Dorella sees the baby, she comes running out of the town along with her husband, who was behind her. He's also running. And they both get to all of you. And she's going, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just, again, hysterical, but now in a good hysterical. And she grabs the baby and just holds it to her bosom. And it's just teary-eyed, crying everywhere. Squeezes the baby a little bit hard, baby starts crying itself. And she's just going, thank you, thank you, thank you, looking at all of you in turn. And especially looking at you, Kubrick. Now, even her husband, he himself looks at you. And knowing his history, knowing how he himself was always a bit, well, he doesn't like elves. And so he takes a little bit, but eventually he does come to the realization that, yes, he might not like elves, even half-elves, but you did rescue his baby. And so he finally seems to just swallow his pride. He goes, thank you, Kubrick.
Kubrick nods his head and hands him the baby. Baby's already in the woman's arms. My bad. He nods his head and he holds out his hand and says, it doesn't say anything. He holds out his hand in a gesture so that it may be shaked.
Again, slight hesitation, but less this time. Less the hesitation from before greeting you. He kind of nods his head and he puts out a hand. He shakes your hand, Kubrick.
All right. Kubrick firmly shakes his hand and eventually lets go. And he falls back into the rest of the group.
And he in turn looks at all of you, even you, Voodooin, the elf, and he goes, thank you for rescuing my child. I know Darrell is hysterical with fright. And I wish I even myself wasn't brave enough to do this, but you all, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And he puts his hand over Darella's shoulder, and they both walk off into the town. And the guards, the militiamen at the gates of Godsdale, they kind of just nod in a direction. Not really giving you any super gathering of the events at hand, but just that you did something good for the town. But y'all, people that live in Godsdale, so they expect their own to take care of their own. So nothing that's super... Lose my train of thought. They're not giving a super big greeting or super big reward or exploits of your endeavors. Okay, let me start talking about myself right now. Now, with that being said, all of you are back at town. Question is now, with this at hand, has this given any of you a drive? Has this made any of you want to do that spark of this fight? The first monster fight. This is the first monster fight any of you have ever done. Might be the first fight any of you have ever done. Might have had the occasional brawl, but a fight to the death. Something that could end your life. This is the first time probably all of you have had. And the question is, with that spark that might have had happen, how do you want to deal with this? What do you want to do?
Are we taking Yaya up to the healer, or is he at the healer, or already gone?
Yeah, I don't know about this. Fighting's hard. Just get me to the apothecary.
Wait, didn't I say I was a
They
doctor?
limp off.
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
sure I
doctor here.
mentioned- Yeah, technically I'm a doctor. So yeah, all right.
So the doctor's with you the entire time.
Yeah, forgot. Or to be fair, no, I did remember. It's just I was holding the baby, and in character, I don't think he'd set down the baby to help his friend.
Okay, so now you can help out Yap if you want to.
Okay. Yep. How's your leg? Knowing full well how it is.
Eh, painful.
Okay.
I need alcohol to wash away the pain. Oh.
And I kind of like put like the back of my hand up to my top of my forehead dramatically,
Mm.
trying like to convincingly asking for booze.
Okay. So you know me. I tend to patch people up due to small injuries, nothing to the scale. So I'm gonna give you an option here. We can either go to a higher up doctor, physician, someone that can take care of this, or you can let me do that. I'm leaving that choice up to you.
Mm. I'll let you try first, and then if that doesn't work, we can always go to the apothecarist.
Okay. Do I have a house?
You have a place that you essentially rent from. You have
Okay. I have a flat.
something really small. No one here has any abode that's really big. In fact, you probably share it with someone or another family and whatnot. No one really have a house to yourself.
Okay. I'd like to offer Yap to come over to my place.
All right, so Yap, you go to essentially, since you are the doctor of the town, at least one of the main ones or one of the ones to help out Kubrick. You do go to your place, and Yap, you can go ahead and get healed. So essentially, to make this easy, go ahead and give me a healing roll, Kubrick.
Would I gain any additional bonuses since I'm at my place of, where I live?
You don't quite have the
Where do I-
device
where
at
do I
hand,
put my map?
so no. You can when you have
Okay.
the actual accommodations, like you have an actual legitimate place to do it. Right now, it's just kind of like a bit of a clean room.
Mhm.
Is what it is. So
Okay.
you would get that kind of bonus if you have a stronghold, and you have a infirmary in the stronghold. Infirmary.
Just checking. It has a healing already has a 2 in it. So is that the plus 2 already added, or should I
Yep,
just roll
that's
it
your
as it
skill.
is?
So you have skills.
Okay,
So let's go ahead and roll it.
All right.
And just like that, your
Yay.
injury. Yep. Now you have to essentially drain the fluid within the knee of Yap, and probably a bit of screaming, probably a bit of noise, but eventually you're able to bandage up,
When you were gone.
and after a bit of
I
screaming,
I hand him a wooden spoon to bite on. Because I don't think there are painkillers in this universe.
so after much scream, after much banging, Yap, you do get your injury tended to. It is now, well, it's healed, but it's permanent. So, I'm going to remove the crushed knee, but you forever have now a crushed knee, Yap.
Look, I'm literally using the fingers for like tended. You know, more like tortured.
All right.
Well, thanks. I think kind of doesn't hurt as bad now, but
Kubrick sweats and feels slightly bad because he should have taken you to the head doctor.
You did as good of a job, though, that the head doctor would do. So you can feel good about yourself, Kubrick.
And I don't think he would. But all right.
I waddle off out of this house.
All right. Then.
Just like pushing the door open, like with one hand, it's like waddling out and not even bothering to close it.
Yeah, I tagged along and let everyone else do what they want to do.
All right, so now, being a hex crawl, this is now at the point where I'm going to let off the reins. So I essentially did force a bit of a rare build tutorial encounter, whatnot, to do combat as well as to do how the journeys work. So at this point in time, I'm going to completely step off and let all of you do what you want to do. Now, being a sandbox game, and for my again, I am new to sandbox. That's why I wanted to run Forbidden Lands, among other reasons, like being the settlements. The big aspect of a sandbox game is that the players really tell the story. The players determine where they go, what they do. Now, I will have information on hand of what you want to explore. You want to find rumors, you look for rumors. You want to find information, find information. You want to go to the local bar and punch someone, deal with that. In a sandbox game, is these stories are built essentially on what you do as players. So you need to actually build a story. You need to build up your own story, and that story gets built up by trying to find something that will give out that story in a sense. Trying to find rumors, trying to find stories, trying to find aspects of adventure. Or just get geared up and just head out into the world and see what happens. Because there will be adventures that will be had by just traveling around. So right now it is really up to all of you to go about and find how you want to start this adventure. I gave some clues already. We have that piece that looks like a wing is one. We can find some more rumors by talking to people in town, directly at the local tavern, and just finding some people around town. There might be some things happening that you can investigate, or, as I mentioned, just head off in the world and see what's out there. Because the blood mist has lifted the last couple of years. Everyone now knows that it is good to travel around, and all the heroes, all the ones that want to go adventuring, are now doing that. A lot of them do die, but there are some. And now all of you have to decide, what kind of character are you? So, as a group, you need to determine what you're now going to do. It's the day phase, so it's the second quarter. What's the group's plan? What do they want to do?
I'll tell you, yep. Let's go to the bar. I'll buy you a drink and let's see what, maybe talk about our future. Since we're both, we're trained and everything. I'll ask if anybody else wants to come along.
I'll tag along, but as for what I think we should do, I'll say maybe head to a blacksmith and ask about the metal piece.
All right, and what about you, Basil?
He was on the phone.
Oh, okay, he's still here. All right, then Elrian, what about you? You're back to. Can anyone else understand what he's saying? Or is it just me?
No.
He's speaking italics.
Yeah, right now, I can't understand what you're saying. You gotta get a mic, man. I mean, this is really hard for me to understand what you're saying. But what you said in chat, yes. There is an actual building on, and that could be a source of rumors. So now, on this map, obviously there's a bit of metagaming to go on, because all of you that can look at the map can see there's structures, there's towns, there are castles, there are dungeons. All these are places you can go to just immediately get a site of adventure. It's a site of adventure. That could be a goal. You can just go there and see what's there. It could be anything from evil monsters to a roving band of halfling pirates. I mean, who knows? But it is a way to just start off something if you want. But all those locations on the map are locations you can go to to have something. Welcome back.
Sorry. I would recommend that we all level up before we go anywhere, or
That's a
spend
good
any
point.
XP points if we want to.
Yeah, don't we have
very
those?
good
Like,
point.
I've been thinking.
Now here's the thing. Remember, to level up in Forbidden Lands, you need to pass that skill that session.
I can level up.
Okay.
Then. All right.
But like, if you're buying talents, isn't it a half day?
All leveling up does take a quarter day. There's definitely something you can do, but to level up a skill requires you to successfully use that skill that day.
Yeah, I just meant leveling up in general and spending XP. That's all I meant. But yeah, that works for everybody else that wants to buy a skill. Sorry. Unnecessary speaking from me.
No, that's definitely something you can do. Like I said, we now are in the quarter days. And what you do in that quarter days, you determine essentially what I'm going to do for that player or the group.
So we have to use that talent to buy the talent?
Well, talents, no. So here, I'll share the sheet with you, everyone. So to gain a skill, you need to use that skill or have a teacher. If a teacher can teach you, also will work. To get a talent, you need to actually essentially buy the talent, but you need to do a successful wits roll to actually learn it, or you just fail it for that day. You don't lose XP, but you don't learn it because you're still kind of practicing. It's not something you can know, or just get a teacher, which negates the roll. You don't need a roll if you have a teacher.
Are we all in the tavern by now, or does only one person go in there? I can't remember.
It's Yap Yap, me, and someone else.
Hey, Barkeep!
So we have two locations.
Looking for barkeep.
So yeah, we have two types of bars. Sorry, I think in the wrong place. Brain dead. You're at the Dead Lantern, and the barkeep is a human guy, a bit big. Goes, what do you want, small one?
Hey, you got like a backyard or anything, or a little clearing in the back that we can practice some moves?
You can go out front and practice your moves without damaging the building. I will not allow some small goblins to go into my garden. No.
Do you have any idea where our local Pathfinder is? Because I believe there was a Pathfinder here.
The local Pathfinder is Voodooin.
Oh, okay. Because I thought there was two Smiths and one Pathfinder.
No, so Voodooin is the Pathfinder of the group, or the Pathfinder of the town. So that being said,
Oh.
Voodooin, where are you?
That's me talking.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I'm learning everyone's names.
Okay, I thought there was like a teacher or something.
So does he not have to roll if he is the teacher?
Yeah.
No. You have to find someone that knows it more than you. Essentially what it means is Godsdale's just too small. There's not really many people here. I mean, it's only about 100-ish people, and it's essentially a backwater town. You want to find someone, you got to go out looking for him.
I asked the bartender, where's the next largest town? Larger than our little neck of the woods.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Welcome back. Well, the next largest town, let's go and find out.
Yeah.
Alright, so being a hex crawl, I do generate things on the spot, so let's go find out one that is big. Nope, not that one.
How would I train Pack Rat? Just like lifting weights or something?
Find a rat and put it in your backpack.
You can carry like a sack of rice with you at all times and add rice as you walk.
Just add it permanently to the bottom of my backpack so it never gets
I
wet
mean-
in rain.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't think there's dumbbells. I don't think there's like weight sets. I just think what's on your backpack is heavy. You can carry it with you.
There's just flat iron ingots.
There's that too.
Oh, can you check if I got a package, Mom? Thank you.
I'm not your mom.
Sorry.
Well, there's
Sorry.
not many, there's not much bigger places around. I mean, Gosdale is about the normal size, but I do know to the, across the Lake Varda is, Birne. And even further in the swamps is Stormwold. But they're about the same size as Godsdale. But besides that, I really don't know. And yeah, up the river,
We don't
up
know.
Coldwater is Fairmere, but it's just an outpost with a few brave souls up there.
Do you know of anybody that could train in beast slaying and bowmanship? Did you in our town that I've lived in my entire life?
No, here we just got people that no one that's really a good bowyer. I mean, that's just you voodooing.
I'd like to ask the bartender a question as well. I'd like to, I'll just say what I say. Are there any colleges nearby, any libraries, anywhere where I can read up on medical practices? I'd like to better myself more Knowing after event, I looked down at Yap Yap's leg, feeling bad.
I really don't know. I mean, just that I do think Stormworld has a temple, but anything like that, no, not that I know of.
All right, well, thank you.
Now, what I will say is those that are from Godsdale, there are a couple trainers, and that is going to be for smithing, as well as the trader that is for the peddler. Besides that, those are the only ones within Godsdale. So the idea I'm trying to give off is that Godsdale is essentially a small little place. If you want to find out more, you need to go out and explore in the world. Get rumors, get legends. Now I can give out some more in the tavern. I'm talking about that right now, but for the most part, you got some places. So we have the town of Bernie and Stormwall, which are on the coast, which is what he knows about. And then there is the place to the north, which is Fairmere.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot around here, guys. And, I really not that far. I don't have any fond memories of this town. I prefer, most of the time, I spend it outside in the forest anyways. And I think it's time for us to leave. I think we've proven that we can at least survive. And look up, at least somewhat. But maybe just walking down the road to the guardhouse, maybe they might know of some things that we can hunt or find or some more adventure.
Okay.
I mean, they're soldiers, and maybe they have more of an idea of what's around.
I don't think I'd want to give up what I have here. I'm learning medicine as I go. I have patients, I have people to attend to sometimes. I have a teacher here.
I rub
Winston,
my
I
knee,
believe, but
glaring at him.
he's passed down everything that I should know, at least.
Yeah,
I
but
have family here. I have a place to live. I know where to eat. Why would I give that up?
don't you want to improve? I mean, you asked the bartender for a college to learn something, and there's nothing here.
Fair, but he also didn't tell me any colleges, meaning I wouldn't know where to go. So, what would a guard post do for us?
They're guards. They would probably know more. They might know more about the lands than we do. I mean, they're soldiers. I'm sure they've done some traveling.
So this does beg the question there, Seabass, is you need to find a reason why your character would leave. Because if there is not a reason, he stays put, which means he's now an NPC. So you got to find a reason why you would go out adventuring.
I'm trying to, but you didn't mention a college.
Think of it-
don't
think
know
of
about
it this
one around
way, Kubrick.
Hey, imagine this. The old world, was taken over, right? So
Yeah.
surely there's like ruins that we might come across. And the old world was full of magics that we don't know anymore. So maybe there'll be writings out there, of powerful things that no one's ever found before. Ooh.
What happens if you find? Yeah, you could find a new cure for a disease and bring it back. And
Yeah, if you want
teach
to
it to
find
everybody.
a college, you got to find one. You got to find someone that knows about one. Because right now, Godsdale's just too small to know anyone that knows about a library. They're out there. You just got to find someone that knows about it or someone that knows where it's at. Because no one in
Think of it-
Godsdale knows.
The mist is gone. Things are opened up. I'm sure there's people out there that know more than we do. Someone's has to bring
All
it back.
talents, skills, and knowledge could make you a god.
Kubrick, feeling self-righteous and feeling good about himself, knowing that what they just said, has every intention to try and become a someone who can cure most things on the fly. I think well, you're hyping me up like that. I reckon
You're welcome.
it's worth a shot. It's at least worth a shot to ask, and I'll tag along.
Yay!
Illyrian?
I'm
What
helping.
about you?
The group is forming. Elrian, what do you think about this?
You can type it in chat.
Are you here?
Oh, I see. In the map, it's just some building in the Lake of Verde. Could I search the town for somebody who sells water? I think you wanted to search for somebody selling water.
Oh, you can just get water. And you can't find anyone that sells water. You just get it from the well. With that being said, actually, everyone at town can go ahead and automatically get a D12 under their water dice.
Nice.
You want food, though? You gotta buy it. But water is free. Yes, Arin. Everyone here can go ahead and put a D12 on their water resource dice.
How do you do that?
Draw a D12 and drop it on top of the dice. It'll automatically change.
Aha.
Now, also everyone pay attention to your weight. Because carrying water does get heavy. So carrying a full complement of food and water and arrows and torches is going to weigh you down. So again, this is also resource management. You gotta juggle resources. Being overencumbered has its own drawbacks. So a way to accommodate that is by having horses or having a cart, a wagon, a canoe, a boat,
Question.
a castle. Yes.
Can I level up? Because I did pass a healing check.
It will
This
take a
session.
quarter day. So yes.
Okay.
Can we all take a quarter day and level up something?
In fact, we'll do that right now.
now that we've all
Everyone,
asked our questions.
determine what they're
Yeah.
gonna do during the quarter day, because that actually gonna take. Because so essentially, after you do that, it's gonna go into the night phase. If you want to travel, you want to travel now and do maybe the level up later on. So you have to juggle. Because right now, if you do actually do that, in fact, we're gonna do that right now. Everyone, type out what they want to do for this quarter day. It's the day phase. Because you want to start traveling now, leveling up is not gonna work. So I would say Kubrick. I'll give an example. If the group starts to travel now, because all of you need to do something, if you do decide to travel now during the day phase, during the evening phase when they set up camp, you can level up then. That's a good point to do a leveling up.
I'm just thinking it'd be the smarter choice to do it here, so that later down the line, let's say I'm able to use it if I pass it.
That's
It's a
fine.
safe and comfortable environment.
It just means you can spend another day here, or you're gonna travel at night, which is its own situation. But we're learning this, so we'll do that. In fact, we'll do that. So we're staying put, as it's being said right now, because a couple want to train up. So we're staying put during the day phase.
Okay. How do we level up?
Right. So we'll do with who's doing the healing skill? Is it you, Kubrick?
Yeah.
Okay. So to do the healing skill, to level up, we're gonna go ahead and share that sheet real quick. In fact, I'll put that right here. All right. So you need to do this skill successfully, which you did. Which means now you just have to raise up the skill. That's your action for the quarter day. So remember, the cost is 5 times the rank you're going to. Sorry, that's for a new skill. You know what?
What's for new skill?
I'm an idiot. Okay, again, sorry. Apologize, I'm learning this. To learn a new skill, you have to practice it. So not just learn a skill once you know it is fine. So I apologize, I just realized that now. So to go up a rank from what do you want to go to? Let me ask that. What's your healing right now, Kubrick?
2. I want to go to 3.
So it's going to require 15 XP.
Oh shit! Never mind. What? Okay.
Yeah, everyone look at the cost. So the cost to go up in skill is 5 times the next level you're going to. So going from, say, 1 to 2 costs 10 XP. Going from 2 to 3 costs 15.
So I can put a point into every skill with a 0 in it.
Yes, but that requires you to use a skill and be successful at it.
So if I were to just use all of these skills, then I don't have to spend any XP because it's 5 times and they're all 0.
No, because it's 5 times the rank you're going to, not the rank you already are. So 5 times 1 is 5.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 5 times what it already
No,
is.
no.
Okay. All right. So, all right. That case, I can't do anything. All right.
Yeah, so in this game, 5 is the max for a skill. So it is a little bit pricey to get to the higher ones.
You can learn a talent.
Again, learn talent is just 3 XP.
Where are the talents?
Those have to
3.
be in the book. You need the PDF for that.
PDF. How do I open that? I know I have it. Oh, well, it's in Discord, my bad. Okay, Player's Handbook, right?
Yep, but you start at page 72.
72, got it.
Now, do you remember the rule? If you already have a talent that was given to you by character creation, your second talent has to be non-combat related. And that list is inside the,
So, let me look at my talents, actually.
So what was that about non-combat?
So,
I have Psychic Power.
okay, second power is your actual kin talent.
Okay.
So, in my game, my house rule in my game is actually for Crow, and I'll do that if you forgot. A lot of the talents in the game are combat related. Ambidextrous, bow fighter, or axe fighter, stuff like that. The one rule I'm going to make is that the second non-kin talent, so the second talent you get, has to be non-combat based. That list is inside the Who Am I channel of Discord. I'll pin it real quick. We see some that already picked some stuff. That's the Boyer, the Builder, the Chef, the Fish, the Herbalist. So I want everyone to have at least one non-combat based talent. That's going to be the second one that's not based on kin that you pick. So if you have no talent right now, Kubrick, you can just take whatever you want because that's free. But your second one you pick has to be non-combat based.
Okay, so first I get one for free?
No.
You just said that, okay.
Oh, so you should have me down
Your
for
kin one gets for
Pathfinder.
free.
Because I have the Pathfinder talent.
Okay,
You can
so...
buy 2 or buy 1 at level 2.
What can a chef do? Is it just food? Or is they getting bonuses from the food?
The chef actually makes food, yes. And the reason now here's why it's important. And I'm gonna give you the reason why it's used. Now I guess we're going through mechanics a little bit today. So when you hunt and you acquire, say, a wolf's meat, it gives you 2 units of meat. There's 2 ways to look at this. It took me a while to actually get over this in my head, how to get it. The 2 units of meat can be used in 2 ways. You eat it one time, and it's gone, it's done. It weighs 1. Or you cook it as a chef, it turns into a dice resource, which means it has more than 1 use if you don't roll a 1 or 2. It's either, and raw food only lasts 1 day. So if you cook it, it lasts permanently until it's used, and it's a resource dice. You roll it to use it. Whereas if you eat it raw, essentially, it's 1 unit, used 1 time, and it spoils next day. That's why chef is useful. And the chef will get more benefits based on his talents.
Such as...
Let's go and find the chef talent. So, rank 1, you cook food. Rank 2, you can cook more food. You're a better cook. And rank 3, whenever anyone eats your food, they also gain a point of empathy if they've lost it. Because your food's too damn good.
That seems... Okay, so that seems not useful. So I don't think I want that, because I don't think that's...
In the eyes of the
Chef
beholder.
is highly useful, by the way.
You said 1 point of empathy. That's...
Well, that's a higher rank, yeah. A rank 1 chef is vastly useful. Rank 3, yeah, that's up to you if you want to use that or not. But rank 1 chef is highly valuable in a group. You'll see it as you explore and gain a food. You'll see why it becomes useful.
That's why I'm asking. Okay. Because I don't have one of these. It's okay. For
Essentially,
Herbalist,
bottom line, chef lets you make food that lasts a long time than just 1 day use and 1 time use.
then? Okay. What would a herbalist do? that there's two types of herbalist in my head, and I want to know which one you intended for that. Hello?
Yeah, I'm reading the book. I don't know them offhand.
Looking at it.
All right, you can use your survival. You gain +1 survival when you forage. That's the benefit of that. The second one is when you decide to forage, it counts as resting. So instead of resting, you can actually forage and get the rest at the same time. And the third one is you double the amount of you forage. So you double the amount of food you get.
Okay. Okay, what about Core Master?
Okay, how about you look at the book also with me?
All right. What page is it?
I don't know. That's why we're doing this together.
Here, I'll just.
76.
76?
Like,
Yeah.
no, well, I'm just saying that's
And-
where the talents are, like 70 through 70.
And I just posted it in Discord. There you go.
Yeah, page 79.
79, all right.
Your survival roll.
Yeah, I don't know these offhand.
Or you
So.
can just look in Discord.
So basically, what you're saying is for every attack talent we take, we need to take a non.
No.
Oh, okay.
Only the second talent you have as a character has to be non-combat based.
Oh, okay.
I don't want someone that is just all combat and that's it. Like I said, so the big reason is I need people to have a coherent group that functions together as a group when they travel. Because I've run this game twice so far, and it's all broken down and crashed because no one built a group that can actually travel. All they built were combat characters, which will make a group die. So I want to have a group that can actually function together and travel around, because that is the function of a hex crawl. You got to be able to actually move around. And my other two
Okay.
groups that I ran this with absolutely failed because they made no characters that can actually do that. That's why I kind of forced everyone to take a
Because
non-combat based talent.
My entire character is based around moving around in the wilds and hunting and doing all that stuff. Like this specifically what I made my character around because that's what I want to do.
As for me,
I
I
didn't make it
didn't
combat based.
ever get a chance to really make my character, so I was kind of just given things.
Like I said, I mean, we can work on a character anytime you want to, CBS or Kubrick.
Yeah, because
Except not now.
yeah, I'm just
Free
looking
time.
at like my spells. I'm like, none of these are combat. I can't use any of these.
Yeah, Druid's
Wow.
not really combat based. They can be, but the one you have, I don't think is combat based. I think yours is actually to shift into animal later on, which is definitely combat based, just not right now.
All right.
I mean, you can turn
Yeah,
into a
that
giant
animal
ass
one-
bear later on.
That animal one looked cool. I was looking at that, the shapeshifter.
Yeah, that's what you have, the
Alright.
shapeshifter one.
So, I mean, just looking at these, got Smith, Taylor, and Boyer, and then we have Pathfinder, I guess.
I have that one.
If you want either Smith or Tanner, you can take those.
No, I only.
And
Well,
I
also
will-
understand one thing too. Some items you build require to have two talents. So even though a tailor and a smith might be different, sometimes they require both under one person. And I'll give you an example.
Yeah, like there's Smith and Boyer for like a crossbow.
What about an herbalist? That would be good, especially if you're going to be a doctor or a healer.
Well, that's why I was asking, and he just said it's like you forage and you get more food. I was like, oh, I'm not.
Yeah, the herbalist, there's actually no healing potions in the game.
Oh.
Yeah,
Your
so-
healing is done by you resting, which means, yeah, in combat healing is very, very rare unless you have an actual like full-on priest.
So why would you go herbalist instead of master of the hunt?
Finding poisons. Herbalists
It
would
is
typically be the
different.
poisoner.
Poison. Okay, so there's poisons. All right.
Yes.
So then, okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Still useful for a doctor.
I mean, I guess anti-venom. So yeah.
Yeah. Small of a bad
Now,
thing.
I would say the herbalist would actually be good for the one that just sees himself foraging out, but I guess it'd be for poisoner would be a good one. Or also just finding food. I mean, if you need someone that needs to find food, finding double vegetables is good for a chef. If you have a chef, if you have no chef, then it's not really gonna work. But they're all using their own. They're all used in their own way.
All right. So screw it. I'll be a herbalist.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to take Master of the Hunt too. Because I need to hunt bigger things.
All right. So it's just one at a time. Kubrick, you're trying to gain Herbalist.
Yep.
All right. Now you actually have to. You're gonna practice essentially what you're doing. So this quarter day, you're practicing your herbalizing ability to do it well. So I need you to do a successful wits roll. So go do that right now for me, please.
Where's wits? Wits. Oh, wits. There it is. How do I roll wits? I don't see a die anywhere.
Ooh, all right. It's one time to do this. All right. So here's how we do this. This will be a bit interesting for everyone. In fact, everyone's now can pay attention how to do a base dice roll. So you all see the d6s at the bottom left next to all your dice.
Yep.
You're gonna right click on that, and you're gonna go to custom dice. It's the white one, the D20, the D61. You're going to click on that until you have one floating in your mouse pointer. Right click to add in more dice, and you're just gonna roll it in chat, just like that.
So right click, then custom dice. All right, and then which one again?
The D61, the top one, the white one.
D61.
Then right click as many times as you have the actual skill. In this case, you're fine. You already rolled a 6. You're good. So you spent the quarter day and you acquired, if you have 3 XP to spend, you acquired the Herbalist talent.
All right.
All right. So do me a favor. Kubrick, go ahead and drop down your experience by 3 in chat.
By 3. Oh, by 3. What?
Your experience, it costs 3 XP to gain Herbalist.
So I can get another. I can get another one then because I.
Well, during the next quarter day. So you use the entire 6 hours to do this right now. You can. It'll just be during the evening phase. So.
And I put a point where?
Oh, I already did it for you. It's in your abilities. I'll write down what it does, but it's in your abilities tab already.
I got it.
All right. So during the day phase, that is what Kubrick was doing. Voodooing, you're trying to gain fast shooting.
Yes.
Okay, so same thing. Do you have the XP to spend? We asked that first.
Yes, so I have.
Okay.
It's only going to cost 3.
All right, now same thing. You need to actually practice it. So go ahead and give me a wits roll. Same way I told how to do it with Kubrick.
Yeah, 61, right?
Yes, 61. You have one dice in your hand. Just right click it until you get the amount of dice you need.
Sorry about the wait. My computer fucking crashed on me while I was on.
It's all
the
good.
phone.
We're actually learning talents right now for everyone.
So since I have 4 wits, I get 4 rolls then?
Yeah, but don't roll one at a time. So right click when you have the icon or when you have the dice in your mouse pointer, right click the mouse to actually put more dice in that hand. So roll 3 more dice.
Okay.
Yeah, roll 3 more dice because you failed the 1. There you go. You gained fast shooter. Let's go ahead and put that on your sheet.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Oh, I did, thank you.
I'll do what they do a little bit later on. All right, so that is what Voodooin and Kubrick are doing. Is there any other leveling up we're gonna be doing right now?
Oh, did we just collect experience from this session, or are we still going on?
Oh, we're still going. They're just because to spend XP is required in game. That's why. You don't level up out of game. You level up in game.
Okay, okay, well, I think I talked to you about it last session. If I'm wanting to upgrade my last, my talent to tier 3, I need 9 XP, which I'll get, I'm assuming I'll get 3 at the end of this session to do so. Can I do that at the end of the session? Because I can just say that I'm, like, pulling random...
No, because the way it's required is, if you do rest, no, actually you can't because the way the XP is gained, it's gotta be next session. Because it's part of the action economy, or the economy of the journeys. So leveling up is not done out of session. And you only get XP at the end of the session, so if you do have it, it'll be next session you gain the talent.
You should have like 6 XP. If you
Yeah, everyone should have 6 right now. Yeah, if you're looking for 9, you have to
If
wait
you
till next
wanted
session.
up to like level 3.
You have to wait till next session.
Okay, okay. I was so close. I did Basil, didn't I? Maybe my sheet's not popping up.
You change your name. You should have your like a history list when you log back in. By clear the owner, you can open close the heroes screen and correct your character. All right, Elrain, you want to raise your tailoring skill from 1 to 2, so you have 6 XP. Go ahead and roll me a wit skill, Elrain, the same way I told the other ones how to do their wits rolling.
Your D61.
While I'm waiting for him, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some cereal.
Okay. Nope, a little bit downtime as we're learning this stuff. Right click the D6, click on custom dice, click on the D61. You'll have a dice in your mouse pointer. Right click that to go to the number of dice you have for wits, and then roll it in chat. You did it wrong. Right click the D6, Elrian, and you'll see the custom dice option pop up. On that, go to D61.
Yeah, no. I can't wait. I really want it. Okay.
You have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of mechanics
So-
learning today, it looks like.
So what do I have to do for mine then? Like don't we have to do something in game to theoretically upgrade it to like a rank 3?
No, that's only to gain a skill. You have to actually successfully do the skill in game. As long as you can pass the check, you're good.
There's a check to upgrade it to the rank?
Yeah, you have to actually successfully learn it by doing a wits roll, which I'm trying to tell Arwen to do right now.
Oh, wait, is this to learn a new
Learn a new talent. Yeah, they're learning. Looks like everyone else learning a new talent.
Oh, wait, so if I don't want to learn a new talent, but I want to upgrade it to like rank 3, right?
Yeah,
But
you
I
just spend the
still-
XP.
Okay. Okay.
Elrin,
we would
you there?
still have to do it next round, right?
Huh?
Next match. I would still have to do that next match.
Yeah, because the 9 you won't get until end of this game, if you get 3
Yeah.
XP. But if we spend the entire time just doing this, then it might be a little bit slower. So we'll see.
I'm back, by the way.
Here's what I found on the internet.
What? Phone? Shut up.
This is free.
Don't worry. I'm gonna make our group a bunch of money. Oh, can we pass willpower points to each other, or can
No.
we? Is that not?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, guess I'm gonna be right back again.
All right, you did it halfway, Elrin. Before you drop it in chat, right-click it to add in more dice. But you succeeded, so it's fine. So you again gain the one you wanted. So what did you gain, tailoring? Okay. So Elrin, go ahead and raise your tailoring to rank 2. I'll do that for you. Remove your XP, please. Nope, and I just realized he need to actually roll because he already has Taylor. Whoops. Okay, so we did some leveling up. Looks like, let's see. So who else did not level up? So we're still waiting for the other persons for.
Yeah. Well, I think was going to do the pack rat.
Alright, bet.
All right. Yeah, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Let's see. Let's go to yours now. So you don't have pack rec right now, right?
Not yet.
Okay. So you need to actually do the wits roll. So go ahead and give me a successful wits roll.
You got it.
Oh,
Excuse me.
what is there a difference between XP and leveling up?
There's no leveling up. You just use XP to buy stuff.
God dang it.
Oh, okay.
Well, apparently I didn't level up. Oh well.
Yep, you rolled no 6 there. So you can try again at the next quarter day. Right now you just didn't quite get it down. You can't pack stuff correctly yet. It's all falling off.
All right.
You're the Diet Coke pack.
There you go, Rand. That's how you do it.
Just 1 calorie, not pack rack enough.
All right. So I think the only one that has not done anything this quarter day is Basil, I
Basil.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm safe. I need.
Yep,
to
he's
go
waiting.
away.
All right, so essentially, Basil, everyone's just like practicing around town for the day phase of this quarter. So what do you want to do? Since you're not actually leveling up right now.
So are we still at the camp?
No, you're at the
Or
town.
We're at the town.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I'd be willing to do, does anybody have money on them? Does anybody need?
Oh, you can make arrows. I'll be right back. So I need to take a look at piss.
I got
I got money on me, yeah.
Oh,
I
wait,
got-
how much?
2 copper, 3 silver. Hey, he took my gold. I had a gold last session.
Oh.
I had 1 gold last session for sure.
Just let him know, and then he can add it back.
Yeah.
let me see. Is there anything anybody needs, or like we want to try to buy stuff? Like I can. So because I'm a peddler, I can my first on my Path of Gold talent. What I can do is I can spend a will point to take off 1/5 of the price 4 times if I spend all my willpower points. But I can do it up to 4 times on an item.
Band-aids.
All right, real quick. For those of you that I took the gold from, I know it was one more person. Go ahead and put it back. I was actually adjusting some stuff, so put the gold back if I took it from you.
All right, there.
So I don't know, like if there's anything you guys want to buy, I don't mind spending a willpower point or 2.
Band-aids
Um,
and a backpack.
So I'll say here's a big one that no one has right now. This is going to be useful for the betterment of this game and you surviving. That is armor. Because you saw what happened with the fight with harpies. Armor directly negates damage you take. So getting equipped as fast as you guys can would be a very, very useful thing to do.
Well, I do think that's a smart call, but I also think that we should also spend money on maybe an animal, like an animal companion that can do our journey search or like lead the way, because none of us are really built for
Animals can't. That's why. Animals can't do any of that, which means... And all journeys are done by players.
Question.
Oh, okay, because last time you allowed us to...
Yeah, it was a rule I had to look up, and I got clarified with. I just didn't mention it. But yeah, all journeys are done by players, not animals.
Okay.
So-
Question.
Yes.
Do bloodhounds exist?
Yes. Now, with that being said, keeping watch for the night can be done by an animal, but not keeping watch for scouting when you're moving around. The animal's just not smart to do that. But if you have a dog chained up, it can be the scout essentially for nighttime.
Alrighty. You guys want to focus on getting just some armor so we can have like two defenders, like 2 sets of armor?
I'm just thinking, right? What would be a smarter choice? Not getting in a fight, or taking them out before the fight begins? Because I think if we get into a fight, no matter what, someone's gonna end up getting badly hurt.
Yeah,
Right.
but the armor, but whoever, like for example, if we get armor, whoever's wearing the armor can kind of focus their attention on them, while everybody else is in the back or onto the side dealing damage too. And
Okay.
and the thing is that could also reduce the ability, because if Yap Yap had armor, there's a chance that his knee wouldn't have been crushed. So, hence, it could reduce the chances of us getting critical strikes and giving us a lifetime effect.
Yeah, I agree that those who do up close combat should get armor first before the range.
Yeah, I think we should probably do that.
Okay.
How much is armor?
Now,
worth?
real quick, to those asking about the dog, there is a guard dog. You can buy. It is 4 silver.
I have my animal companion. Now it says I can send it to scout.
Yes, but it does use a willpower, and it is much better than the guard dog. So
Can I also use it to guard if I use a willpower?
you can use it to essentially. What do you mean guard?
Just as in make a noise if somebody comes, not attack or anything.
That's essentially what it does right now. That's what the guard does. That's what the scouting does.
My
Okay, so I
biggest
can't like
thing-
set it ahead of me and.
Well, that's what the willpower is to go scouting. That's what it's for.
Okay.
So you spend a willpower, it goes up front, and it'll let you know if anything's there or anything bad.
Okay.
My biggest thing, which really disappointed me, was the spell Animal Speech, because it stops me from doing what I'd like to do. It only works on mammals, and I was gonna say, oh, maybe I can get a bird, but it's not a mammal, so plan's completely gone.
All right. You know what? Right now, I'm gonna let's do a vote. Can DMD, if you can put up a vote, like
You can do-
so.
Any player can
you
do a
guys
vote.
wanna-
You do the vote, Basil.
It's
Go into
slash
slash
vote.
vote, and then the text.
Space, yeah.
Slash vote. Okay.
Space.
The
Yeah, so any
text.
player can do it. Vote.
Let's say armor or so are we doing armor against guard dog, or is there something else you guys think we should get? I heard bandages in the beginning.
We could probably do both.
Armor Guard dog.
Probably, I say we find the price out first before we vote,
Yeah,
Alrighty.
bandages are 6 copper each.
so that we
Okay.
can do both.
Yeah, armor's
we
probably gonna be
could
the
do
pricey one.
armor- We could do armor and bandages, you said?
Probably.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Then minus 1/5. So yeah,
So
probably most likely.
basic leather armor, just basic armor is 4 silver.
Yeah, we're good.
Do we have any tanks in the group? Or who is tanky?
No, we have people. We don't have a military tank. No.
That'd be a little
oh,
overpowered.
there you go.
I forget who the fighter was, or the not specifically called a fighter. It's called
Well, I mean, a
check mark will
tanky
be for
roll.
The armor and bandages, and the guard
Yeah.
dog will be next.
Essentially, taking this game is whoever has the best armor, the best strength, and the talents for it. So if no one has any talents, whoever has the highest strength. Besides
Anybody have
that,
any-
whoever has the best armor is the tank.
Anybody have any sword and board talents?
There's sword and board talents, yes. There's a sword and
No,
shield
I
talents.
was asking if anybody
Oh.
has it. Because I think if we're gonna buy them armor, they're gonna, I would assume, take on a more tanky role.
Yeah, it should be like probably one of the first goals is to get everyone armored up, essentially.
How
I
much
can be
silver
shield.
is in a gold?
10.
How much money does everyone have? So we can do some math.
I have 2 silver.
Yeah,
one
type in chat.
copper.
Type it out. It'd be easy that way.
Okay,
just to add
so
up.
I got 1 gold, right? So
So
you
technically
said
that's 2 silver right there.
and- you said 10 silver and 1 gold, so I'm just gonna count silvers.
Yeah, spend all silvers. Make it easy.
So 30. We have enough.
Alrighty.
So everyone just buy their own individual things. 5 silver. Yeah, we're good. If you want to get everyone armor, that works out. Yeah.
Alright,
let's
so-
go- let's go with armor and bandages. So how much would it be for just the basic armor for everybody? That's 7. You said 7 silver.
Nope, leather armor is 4 silver.
4.
But- I thought you said it was 6.
No, 4 silver.
Okay.
It's 6 copper for bandages.
Oh, okay.
So that's gonna be 20 silver. You guys good with that?
Yeah, we're chilling. So everyone just buy their own individual thing, so I don't have to do more math.
Well, a lot of us won't. That's
Well. If we're using everybody's silver or money all together, so let's just start off with the armor. So
That's
4
30,
silver.
30 silver right there for everybody to have armor.
okay, so 4 silver.
What? That
Armor.
Or 20.
It's 20,
I'm sorry,
yes,
Yeah, I was gonna
20.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I was going by
everybody-
the 6.
Yeah, everybody type in what I typed in if you're getting armor. If you want the armor.
Thank you. That actually makes it easier for me.
Well, so we're all pooling our money together?
Pretty much.
Might as well.
Okay.
Just keep track of how much you had beforehand, and then we can do everything back.
Well,
Unless we all
I
agree
do
we're
need
just
you
gonna
to
pool our money
individually.
together.
So I do need everyone to individually subtract their own silver from the sheets. So however it's being distributed, you need to take care of. I'm not gonna do it myself with the silver. So
So take away my gold. So 0. Yeah,
They
I
put in
have
10
3
silver.
So 13. So I have 9 silver.
All right, and I'll give you right now. How about I'll give you 1 of my silver,
Yep. Do you want?
and I'll owe you 5
armor?
more.
Wait, who?
I'm okay.
Ah.
I've kind of noticed it kind of hinders my stealthiness. And I kind of really want to buy some goods to make some of my own stuff.
Alrighty. Alright, so we spent a total of 16 silver. You guys there?
Yeah. Also, he said leather, I believe. So I don't think that affects stealthiness.
nope. That will not affect stealthiness. That just gives you some armor to not die as easy. All right.
So yep. Maybe you can put some extra straps of leather around that good knee of yours.
All right. So we're getting 4 sets or 5 sets of leather armor.
Yep. You there?
Sorry, you want
Did you not
We,
hear what I said?
no, we did, but we told you that the leather armor, it doesn't restrict your stealthiness.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. Yeah.
Just
How
put
much
what we-
is that armor?
It's
4.
four silver,
Four
but we're
silver.
all throwing our money together to do this. So
Ah. Yeah, I can. Oh, I don't have that much.
we're all throwing
We're
our money
all
in.
pooling our
So
money.
We're volunteering to buy you some.
Oh, I got 2 silver.
Alrighty.
Then
Just
you
type
can
in-
take 2 from me. So I have
Just type
7.
in what we typed in: the 4 silver, the armor. Okay.
So,
Alright, I gave you 2.
All right,
silver,
thank you
so
for that,
that's
Basil.
7.
All right, party sheet. You'll see armor. Everyone grab one set, and I will put it on you guys' sheet. Fantastic.
so Kubrick, I owe you 2 silver.
Alright, noted.
That's an ally.
Alright, so I've got to ask. So for our archers and stuff, it's
I
a
had
DM
armor.
question. So the vials of poison, like I know there's one that puts them to sleep, one paralyzes. I don't know the other one. But for example, if our archers wanted to use that stuff, could we dip the arrows to make multiple uses out of it, or is it a one-time thing?
Let me actually look that up. I am not sure.
I mean, you think it makes sense. You're dipping it. You're not pouring the whole thing on it. So, wanted that out there.
I will look up poison usage, but the time being, everyone take armor. It's in the party sheet, so it's all yours.
Where's
Oh.
the party sheet?
So top right,
at the-
a little icon looks like an eye with 3 silhouetted heads. There's going to be a tab that says inventory on that party sheet. Go ahead and drag over that to your inventory.
I don't see anything in the party sheet.
Yeah, you gotta go into inventory tab.
How do I get that on my gear? And special rules.
Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay.
Inventory.
Let's see.
Oh, no, not 3. No, how do I take 1?
No, just drag it over. It'll do it automatically.
Oh, okay. Oh. Dragging it over.
Yes, no. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you have your inventory opened up on your character sheet, right?
Yeah, just drag it over
Now,
to your
when
inventory.
you have the party sheet open, do you see the little dragon symbol, the red box?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Click
Okay,
it.
got it.
Drag
got it,
that
got
to your
it.
party sheet. There you go.
Yeah. Everybody else. Same thing. Elrian, go over to the top right of the fantasy grounds. There's 3 people and an eye icon. Click on that. Then on that page on the right hand side, my bad, there's going to be a tab that says inventory, other, and XP. Click inventory. And then all you're going to do is you're going to click and drag the dragon box onto your inventory on your character sheet. So like you need to have your inventory open on your character sheet to do this.
All right,
It's
and
not
how
going to
do,
work if you do it any other way.
how do we equip it?
I will tell you
Or
after
the-
we get everyone equipped. So this is something to learn. I'm going to learn, so I want to get everyone have it first. So I need Elrian and Yayap to take the armors.
Yeah.
All right. Now I need
Oh wait, did they
Alright.
take it? Elrian, Yap, you there?
Yeah, I'm just looking for the thing because I forgot where it was.
Oh, wait,
Remember,
it's at the top, it's at
remember
the top
Elrian
right.
can't talk.
Do you know where the party sheet is?
Yeah. I'm at the party sheet. Oh,
Wait.
inventory. There it is. I'm an idiot. Okay. Thank you.
it's all good. We're all learning fantasy grounds. It's only
Alright,
second session,
Elrian.
so it's okay to be slow with this right now.
Again, keep in mind you remember he can't talk. His mic is dead.
That's fine.
Yep,
Yeah.
Elrian, can you hear me?
He can hear you.
Okay, so what you need to do, Elrian, is go to the party sheet, then go to inventory, and then the dragon box, click and drag it onto your
Oh, I got
inventory of your character sheet. So there's 2 inventories. There's one on your character sheet and one on the party sheet.
You're gonna drag the little red icon from the leather armor onto your inventory. That's how you drag items over.
And now I'm officially over carrying capacity.
Could be.
Oh,
Cut your
Wait,
leg off.
wait.
You won't have to carry it.
There we go.
Total
All right,
weight
all right.
carried- Oh, is total weight carried the carrying capacity?
Yep, you go over it. If you go over it, you have some penalties. We'll get to that a little bit later. But first off, let's now equip the armor. Everyone, go to the combat tab of the character sheet.
Yes.
Give me a second. Actually, I need to put it on their sheets real quick. The armor and. All right. Everyone should see leather armor at the top of the weapons and armor section of the character sheet. Click on the type to where it says armor, and then click on worn armor, the check mark.
One more time, you might cut out for me.
All right. So you'll see where it says leather armor, and then it'll say a blank for the type. Click on it to where it says armor.
Type? Okay.
Yeah, so make sure in the comment section of the character sheet.
Oh, combat.
Yeah, just like your weapons.
All right,
So
type.
make sure it says armor for type.
Got it.
And then make sure it's armor worn. So check mark armor worn. Because you're wearing it.
Got it. Okay, so armor, and then armor worn.
There you go.
Alright,
Now
cool.
you'll see in the weapons and armor actions you have armor. Now if it has two entries, if it did get kind of booked up, there's a way to fix it. Everyone, we need to rebuild the list because the way it's built in Fantasy Grounds, right click in the middle where it says weapons and armor, the list, not the actual text, and go to rebuild or reconstruct list. So rebuild the list to all the current entries because it can get a bit cluttered with duplicates. So just right click in the middle of the box itself, not where it says weapons and armor, but right click in the middle of the weapons and armor actions box and just go to reconstruct list. If you have like 2 armor entries, which I do see some of you do have. So I know Yayep has 2 entries, as well as Elrain has a bunch of double stuff, and even Basil has double stuff. So rebuild the list just condenses it and gets rid of the duplicates.
So wait,
Alright,
what do
am
I
I
need to do?
fine?
I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
What did you need me to do?
So we just go combat tab and go to where it says weapons and armor actions. You have duplicates. I see like 2 armor for couple characters. So in the middle of that box, not on the text, but in the middle of the box itself, right click. You'll see a button that says reconstruct list. Click on that to rebuild the list. You're going to essentially refresh the list.
There you go.
You're just gonna have a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, a bit of learning mechanics. We're learning the interface. I know there's a bit of learning curve with this, so I thank you all for bearing with me, and thank you, Basil, for actually helping everyone out through this.
You're good.
But yeah, once it's all known, it gets much more smooth. But I do understand there's a bit of learning curve, so I appreciate all of you bearing with me right now and not rage quitting. So
That's fine. While they're doing this, can I take this time to be like while they've been shopping? I'm assuming for me, or did we all go shopping ourselves? I just wanted to go crafting to repair my dagger, if that was possible.
yeah, you can get it repaired.
Okay, so I can roll crafting.
No, that's required a quarter day. You can either do it yourself
Okay.
and rent it from you rent the forge, or you can go ahead and have the guy do it, which will not require you to use a quarter day. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it. It's just required a quarter day, which you can't do because you just tried to get your pack right, which you failed with, I believe. So it's part of the
Okay.
juggling actions.
Okay.
Well, we're progressing forward. Everyone's got armor, so a little bit
Yep.
protected. Now,
Bandages?
yeah, who wants to buy bandages?
Yeah, me.
How many are we looking to buy?
The individual, I assume, is it like one bandage individually or a bandage roll?
It's one individual bandage.
So I'd probably 5.
All right, so in chat, because again, everything you buy is going to the party sheet, so I need to know how many put in there, essentially.
I'd like to buy 5 personally.
All right, so I'll put 5 in there right now.
Okay,
Now they do have
they
weight.
are
They are light, so they are 0.1 in weight.
Got it. All right. The question. So it's 6 for 1, right? 6 copper, correct?
No, 10 copper for 1 silver. Oh yes, sorry, yes, 6 copper for 1, yes.
Okay. Let me All right,
So we spent a total of 20 silver already. So we should now, if I'm correct, what we were talking about is, give me 1 second.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to touch anyone's character sheet for their inventory or for their gold and silver. You all need to do that yourself because I'm not going to go into that. It'd be kind of crazy. So just make sure you're adjusting it and just, as I mentioned, all my games, just be truthful. As I said, I'm not accusing anyone of cheating, but if anyone cheats, I'm booting from the game because I can deal with that. So just don't cheat.
Water
Cheat,
skin,
what-
even though it's full,
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't have any weight, right?
Everyone starts with a water skin and a sack. In fact, if you don't have one, take it right now. They have no weight, but it's important because if you lose a sack, you lose your food. So I'm gonna put that in the inventory real quick. The party sheet. Everyone, if you don't have one already, take one. They are free. You start with that. So let me put that in the sheet real quick.
And you said the stack is no weight too.
Yes. Water's gonna have no weight, but the water itself does, which is already included when you actually have the dice in there. So
Say that one more time.
the weight for the food and the water is already calculated by the dice type. So the
Oh,
item,
okay.
so the item itself will have nothing. So if you have no sack, if you have no water skin, take it right now, and to throw it on the sheet. They have no weight themselves, but they're useful because say like you're traveling around and your water skin gets broken, you lose all your water. So that's why it's important to actually have.
Oh, I'm over the carrying capacity because of bandages. All right.
Yeah,
Crap.
this is where you have to start
And
start
if you
juggling
go
your
in here-
resources.
Jesus, bandages.
if
are
you
that
go in
heavy?
there, make sure that like your water is none, and your sack is none for weight.
Alrighty. Do you think I could
Oh, wait.
sell my stuff really quick? Some of my stuff.
Because when I went in there, mine said normal. And it's
Question,
actually,
I think you probably had an old one. I think is what it was.
Okay, you said they're light or they're tiny?
no, they're none for water skin, and your sack should
No,
be
no,
no
for
weight.
the bandages.
Oh, sorry.
Bandages are Ooh, that's not
Could be
right.
Tiny.
Why do I have? Wait, what? Hi, my inventory looks weird. What? Okay, there we go.
Bandages are light.
Yeah, not sure what to
Right,
say.
okay, so I am over the. Oh, why did my weight just go down? What happened?
Oh, just the bandages on some sheets. For some reason, I did the coding for bandages wrong on my side, so I apologize for that.
Okay, so never mind. I'm
Alright.
under the character. I'm good.
So okay, so can
So
we
our armor
count
should
up
be
how
light then, right?
Bandages are light.
No, the leather armor should be light.
No, the armor is normal.
No, it's normal.
Okay, so can
You
we
able to
count
hear
up
me
how
better
much
now?
money we have right now and how
A
much
little
we
bit, yeah.
spent?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it. So everyone, tell me the amount of copper they have, and then I'll add everything together.
5.
Oh,
Okay, so 7 total. Okay, anyone else got any copper?
yeah, I have some copper. The book says leather armor is light.
Yep,
That
yep.
is-
Let me see
Studded
if I did
leather
something
is-
dumb.
Studded leather is normal.
My apologies. Everyone drop. Well, you know how to adjust the weight now. Everyone adjust the armor to it says weight of light, please.
Got it.
I guess I did some kind of work on my side. I apologize. I'm not perfect.
It's all good.
No, I did.
No, thank you for catching that though. Yeah, that'll help out. So
Okay, so we got 7 copper so far. Can everyone else tell me what theirs were? People that
How
didn't
about
answer already.
What are you asking?
Instead of telling us, why don't we write it in chat?
Uh,
Like I think that's a lot easier.
Well, I mean, I'm adding them all together. So 5, okay, 5, and then plus my 2, that's 7. Okay, then we got 8. Anyone else?
Has everybody removed the copper and silver from themselves that we spent on the armor and stuff?
I have.
Okay.
Yep, hello?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay,
Can no one
sorry.
hear
I keep mixing up
Oh.
your voices.
Yeah.
1 silver, 1 copper, so 9. Okay, anyone else got any more copper?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so we got 9 copper, comma. Then we have everyone do the silver.
Arian already put the silver.
So we got 5 total right now. Anyone else?
Well, we spent 20
Correct.
on armor, and we spent how much did we spend with so we spent about 30 copper, so that's gonna be 3 silver. So that's a total of 23 silver.
I subtracted from myself. I don't know about anyone else.
Well, yeah. How much silver do you have? Anybody?
I have 4, and I added Elrian's 1, so we have 5. And then we don't have 10 copper, so that's not an extra 1. So there's that. So it's 9 copper, 5 silver so far, unless anyone else has any, and then that means we would have 0 gold.
Or you already spent your gold?
Yeah, because 1 gold is 10 silver, and I spent that on some other things, bandages,
Oh.
etc.
Alrighty, so this goes back to the DM. Did you figure out about the poison stuff? Like, is that doable if archers want to dip their arrows?
All right, give me a second. I'll do that right now. I just did everyone's inventory and everything, so everything is good for inventory wise. What you got, and I'll do that right now. 14.
Is Basil here?
Yeah, I've been talking.
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
one that's been talking the entire time.
All right. So did you ever tell me how much, like your silver?
No, I got rid of mine. No, I think there's a little slip up is because we didn't add all the stuff together and then removed it from that total count. I just removed what like part of mine to the cost of what we bought.
Yeah, I removed mine individually.
Yeah. So I took mine out. I don't have anything left.
All right. And there's no copper, correct?
Yeah, no copper.
All right. So you're dead broke.
Yep.
And to that question, I share this.
Poison on weapons. Poison can be smeared on weapons with the pointed or edged features. This poison will take effect after an attack that inflicts 1 point of damage or more. Smearing poison on a weapon is a slow action. The poison stays on the weapon for a quarter day or until it is used in an attack that hits a target. So, okay, so that doesn't fully answer the question. So, yeah, I think it's DM's preference. It's like your opinion if you say yes or no to it. If we wanted to use it on arrows, right? We have to smear it on the arrow tip, but how many uses of that do we get out of the poison bottle? Because I would assume that if you smear it on a blade, it would use the whole thing because the blade is pretty large. But an arrow tip is just an inch of the blade.
That is true, and the fact that it does run out. You know what? I'm gonna go with the same thing until you either run out of arrows when you roll it, or until the quarter day passes.
Okay, so pretty much you're saying one bottle can last. Say I have a 12 die, it would last for the whole 12 die until I'm out of arrows, right?
Or the quarter day, yes.
Let you roll the 1 on their first roll.
But it goes from a D12 to D10. You're fine. If you go through a D12 to a D nothing in one combat, that's just a lot of bad rolls.
Okay, well, if do you guys think that would come in handy if we bought some poison? Like, what type of poison is there? I know there's 3 types.
I can
don't-
just. Well, I'd say, why would we buy it? If I'm a herbalist, I could probably just find some or make
No,
you actually need to be,
there's a talent that you have to make poison.
some. Okay, damn it.
Yeah,
All right, so
there's
I picked, okay.
a lethal poison, a paralyzing poison. Oh no, a paralyzing poison, a sleeping poison, and a hallucinogenic poison, and a lethal one.
Okay, so I picked
Fuck
herbalist
antidote.
for nothing. Got it. All right.
You guys pick herbalist, and then you're not herbalist, but a poisoner. So if you have herbalist and poisoner, you can go forage for the ingredients and then make them.
That's not how the
And you
herbalist
have
works. The herbalist is mainly for food and such. It's not for the
Yeah.
stuff.
If you want to change it up,
for-
by all means, don't feel forced to take it. Here's one thing about the game, everyone. Especially beginning right now, this is a rule I just do it in all my games. As we're learning, we're all learning the system right now. Obviously, we're all learning the game. If you make a character you don't like, you take something that doesn't fit right. Talking about right now, herbalism. If it doesn't fit, you could take it out. I'm not going to worry about that. I just ask you not to do it like every single game session. But as we're learning the game, we're all learning the game right now. Obviously, if it doesn't make sense or if it doesn't fit what you thought it would be, I'm not going to penalize you. I'm not going to be mad at you dropping it to something else. That's fine. So yes, herbalism isn't really meant for poison. It can be, but it's really meant for just gathering food and just being kind of not the D&D herbalist, but just like a real world herbalist. So you just kind of go around and gather stuff. So it doesn't fit. Obviously, if you want to drop it off, drop it off. Now, with that being said, because poisons are rare, the only poison that the town has currently, which I did roll for, which is kind of interesting, is they have 1 dose of lethal poison. Only 1 dose, though. Other poisons the town doesn't have.
I find it surprising they had any poison at all.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they have lethal poison, but they have 1 dose. Someone here has it. You can buy from 5 silver. You can buy 1 dose of lethal poison if you want.
Yeah,
Someone's
trust
got it
someone
here.
that's selling it. Yeah, that's someone you should trust with your just meeting in general.
Already, and by
It's not
chance,
chippy at all.
by chance, can you put up on the screen or on the on Fantasy Grounds the poison master or the poison talent? So if anybody wants to switch, if they're interested in it.
I think I'll just keep herbalist and later on be able to do that.
Okay.
One last wait, let me. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on.
Now, real
Oh,
quick,
yeah.
as we go, obviously we're learning a lot of stuff right now. So, one thing about the poison, I am looking at the poison with the arrows. I will probably adjust that because I know with the base sword, you hit once, the poison's gone. And being 5 silver, it is such a doable, and they are powerful in this game. So being able to have arrows non-stop might change, most likely will change. But right now, just as I'm learning all this, because there's nothing here about arrows and on poisons, so I'll see how I deal with it. But just know that what I did say, of it lasting forever essentially, probably not going to happen. But right now, I'm juggling a lot of things on here to get working, so just keep that in mind, please.
What I was gonna say was, well, since this is, I think we all agreed to, since we're adding all our money together, I think it'd be fair to vote on if we even want it. Because, well, it's all our money, and you said you're
I don't
broke,
really think
meaning
it's
it's not
very
your
useful.
money.
I'm okay with holding off on the poison. Maybe.
So am I.
Like I don't even have a weapon.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. You need to buy a dagger or something.
I can.
I
I
just
have.
need to go get it repaired.
I was gonna
go
say I
to
can
the
give you
smithy.
my knife.
Yeah.
I would like a knife, but I'm gonna stick with my dagger, and see about getting it repaired at the smithy, just later when
All right,
we finish
well,
here.
Okay. But yeah,
Same with
I'm opposed to the poison because I don't think we really need it at the moment, and plus, even if we did, we'd be dead broke. It was 9 copper.
Already.
Also, remember, some people did go through food, so we are low on food too with the group.
Oh,
That too.
So DM, just want to know
got
if
200.
I have some wood on me while we're in the town. I need to know if I'm able to just say I have a knife on me. I would like to, instead of carving arrows, I would like to carve just like a little figurine or something, like whatever I can, and try to manipulate or kind of like bargain for it, saying it's some type of holy item.
So you're scamming.
Yeah, you know what's more money for us.
Yes, but you can do that. The more time you spend on it, so the more quarter days you spend on it, the better price I'll give to you with the crafting roll you do. So if you want to do it in 1 quarter round, you'll do a crafting roll, and it's probably going to be really, really, really cheap. So if you spend something to spend time on it, I'll probably give you more price for whatever you craft.
I mean, if you sell for 1 copper, then I could just say we have 6 silver, and that's much easier to deal with.
Oh wait, so this is I'm gonna use some of my stuff that I have on me because I need to lower my total weight anyway. So I'm gonna use the wood to carve a figurine, whatever it is, and I would only do the 1 quarter while we're here in town shopping. Would that be valid?
Yeah, you do it if you want to, because you didn't do anything during the quarter day. Everyone else was essentially raising their character up, so you didn't do anything. So if you want to, go ahead and give me a crafting roll, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm also gonna take my quill and ink, and I'm gonna kind of like make some markings on it.
I want you to.
Oh, I guess I don't have ink.
Yeah, you said the
thought I
quill.
bought
No ink.
quill
You didn't
ink.
buy it. Yeah. Just give me a straight crafting roll. We'll go with this. This is a bit of a house roll, so.
Okie dokie. crafting rule here.
Eventually, you all not turn into damn tradesmen, but I'll let you do this. Oh, in this case, no. So, you want to push? You can push it.
I will definitely push.
All right, go for it.
Oh, you can't push skill checks, can you?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, not skill checks. I mean, leveling up. I mean, like
No.
learning.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as with the
Well,
journey.
could I have used willpower when I was using my wits to get that pack rat?
No, because you didn't push. You only get
Oh,
willpower
okay.
when you push.
You could... No, I mean like use it, expend it
In which way? With the pack rat?
to get a success on one of those wits.
I'll look into that in a second. But as it is, Basil,
Okay,
you
yeah.
do craft something that is going to be worth, I'm going to say, because it's a quarter day, first time ever doing it, and it's a house rule, I'm going to give you 3 copper for this thing.
Alrighty, that's fine.
It's only 1 quarter day, it's a piece of damn wood, so.
Okay, so then he got it so I can add it?
Yeah, so delete the
got
wood, Basil, and yeah, add in 3 copper. Now, with that being said, what I'm seeing right now, does everyone want me to make an entry of a combined, essentially purse of gold?
Why not?
Do you want me to do that instead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we all have 0 on our person, and then we just add to the bag.
What I'll do is I'll have a gold purse of everyone can put in what do they want inside it, and you can use that for, because right now we did a lot of group stuff, it looks like. And if you want to, we can distribute like individual coinage. Because I know all of your, right now this whole thing was a bit long to get the purse listed out. So I'll make an entry of essentially a combined community purse for the group. I'll do that.
Okay. Idea. So I just putting this idea out there, and this is all up to you. What if we were to, after each quest, whatever we do and however much we make, 25% of or 50% of what we make goes to the community bag for things that we will need later on, not individually. So like food, that'd be our travel money.
I'm gonna vote for us to put everything in the bag just because like
The bag is just for coins. That's all it is.
it's all for one. Like because anyway we all have to vote what we want to buy. So like say the little goblin wants to buy a big bad shield to hide behind. Like we would have to vote for him to get it.
True, but what if
I'm okay not doing that.
Yeah, for example, you want.
I don't want 100% of my money going to
Yeah, and you
everybody.
got-
Which
yeah,
I mean,
we
I
also
get
know.
like some of
Yeah,
mine.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
How
certain
about,
percentage.
yeah, I'd say, how about we
Yeah,
say
percentage is fine.
for whatever gold we take or whatever coins we take, we put in 50% into the group bag.
I can agree.
Like,
with
here's
that.
the easy way I
Yeah,
would
I
do
can
it.
agree to that.
Here's the easy way as a GM, as a player, I would say you acquire as a group. You find a loot, a chest that has 30 coins in it, 30 silver coins. You just say, we'll put in 10 silver coins in the bag, and I'll just distribute the other 20 to the group automatically. I can do it within like a second. Because I have it now in my inventory, 'cause that's why someone was messed up. But I have it now where I can distribute the coinage evenly throughout the party with a single click of my mouse. So I can do it very
Okay.
easy now.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So, like, for example, I want to buy insert thing here, right? And I don't have enough on my individual person, so then it comes to a vote as in
Yeah,
if
you
I
do
can
that.
take some from the community, right? But half of what I ever make has to go in there, and that community bag could be for what we'll set up we ever set up a house, we would build something, we set up I forgot the word, I don't know,
Strongholds.
Trust fund.
stronghold. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, stronghold. That's the community fund. That's what we use.
Yeah, it's like right now
Sure.
we'll do what goes in the bag by an individual basis, like wherever it comes to it, a situational basis. So next time we find a chest, we'll just say right there what goes in the bag, what goes to the group, and we'll just do it right there on the spot. It'll make it much easier probably that way.
Alright.
All right, that's easy. Yeah, that's agreeable.
Yeah, I say what's usually done in all my games in Fantasy Grounds is that way. I have another character that's just essentially a coin bag.
Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah. Everyone else?
I'm
Yeah,
good with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Okay, so that is essentially everyone has just spent the entire time doing the day phase of the day, which is now dusk. But that was more a combination of buying stuff and learning the rule set and all that. So now for the dusk, what does everyone want to do? At least we got a bit equipped, more for the group. So
I think if you guys are ready, like, should we probably just head out, like, try to adventure a bit, like, discover some unique location? Like, that's kind of like my thought on it.
Elrine said, "Could we go to the tower in Lake Varda?"
I think we should do it at daybreak. I mean, if we're gonna travel at day or
Yeah, right now it's roughly mid-afternoon.
yeah, and Yap has not slept yet, so he's actually still sleepy.
Yeah.
I got some armor! Yeah, some other things.
We also don't have any food that we bought.
So should we find an inn?
Yeah, there's in here. It's the Dead Lantern.
I'm going to go into okay. I'll type what I'm gonna do.
Out of curiosity, can only a chef cook food? Like cook meat into...
So here's how it's set up. By normal rules, if you do not have the chef talent, you can convert 1 unit of food to 1 dice type, and that is it. It's a D6. Only a chef, that's only a whole quarter day. So it's a giant waste of essentially time. You have actual chef talent with a kitchen, you can convert up to 2d6 of food into stuff, so it's much faster if you're the actual chef.
Yeah. What was I saying? Never mind. I still have meat on me from last round. It's gone bad now. Can you remove that then?
You can right-click it and go to delete.
Oh. Sorry about that.
No
I'm
worries.
an idiot.
No, it's like I said, everyone should do this. And like I said, I know this has a little bit of a learning curve for Fantasy Grounds, so don't worry about it. It's all good.
If we go to the tower in Lake Varda, do we have to have a boat to get there?
Oh yeah, it's the middle of a lake.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good there.
Do we have the money for a boat?
Now let's say this tower is essentially a former. It's a adventure site. It's a castle. It could be anything. I might know what it is. I might not. If you don't want to go there, you can go to the one that's right here in the middle of the forest, which might be a little easier than renting a boat. But it's up to you. But yes, you have to actually rent a boat if you want to go there, or build one if you have the means to do so.
I'll suggest in the morning we go to the one in the forest.
Same.
Here's the thing. If you don't want to actually hunt for food and cook it, you can buy 1 dice type of rations for 1 silver.
Yeah.
There's 1 dice type.
I can cook.
No, I want to hunt.
Yeah. I mean, I can hunt. I mean, derp. Yeah. Well, I can assist you in hunting, because I think your survival might be higher than mine.
I assume I can forage because herbalist, right?
Yeah, that gets food.
Yeah. Alright.
Now, the thing is, to actually cook the food, though, you need someone that has the check talent, or you just eat it raw. And it's 1 unit for 1 unit, and it does spoil after 1 day. So
Could we pay someone at the end to cook it for us?
yeah,
Okay.
just need to travel back.
We
That's
have
all.
money to have someone cook it for us. And by the way, if we get any leather, voodooing,
If we happen to find anything like leathery, could I have it? Because I'm good with tanning.
Okay, noted. But we're all going.
Thanks for into that.
Are we all going with Voodooin?
Get money that way.
I'm just doing it because I'm not
I
too
would
comfortable in
assume
town.
we're all going with Voodooin to hunt and camp because we're good.
So I'm camping outside of the town.
Okay. And then when morning breaks, we'd be going over to the fortress in the forest. Is that what you guys agreed on?
Take a look at the map. Which one's the map again?
Oh, I can't even see the map. My bad.
Go to the icon on the right hand side, button that says images. Click on that, and then you should see the map. Now here's one thing everyone can do. I'm going to tell everyone. At the bottom of the screen, there is a lot of buttons that say 1 through 12. These are hotkeys. You can put anything that has a link onto that hot card, like a map, inventory, items. Can't really do rolls, but you can put anything you want on there. And that should be filled up with stuff that is like images, especially the map. That's the fast way, because the map is definitely used in this game being a hex scroll. So it's the way to use that.
Yeah, let's put it as 2. Makes it much easier. Alright.
No, I don't see it. Hold on. There's a harpy.
It's Ravenlands.
Yep, the one that says Ravenlands is the map.
Okay, there you go.
So we are here. Take a look at what's
They're
close.
bugged in this game.
You're right here. What's up?
Oh
I
no,
would-
Ellerin.
sorry.
Sorry. I was gonna say Ellerin asked, "Is there vodka in this game?"
Pretty sure there's alcohol. No, there's actually vodka, probably not, but there's alcohol. There's an equivalent of vodka, put it that way.
Alrighty. So okay, is this the one we're going to? Hold
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
on. Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Where did you make a arrow? Aha. Okay. Could buy a bottle of alcohol, make a
Because
mocktail.
we can go there or out
If you have cloth.
or there.
Yeah. Well, if we go there, we have to go either by water or through mountains. So I'd prefer just to go through the
Nice.
woods.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I vote.
Yeah,
up
what
top.
sounds good? Yeah, maybe we'll find some boars or some deer. No, that'll work out really well.
Oh yes, the wild boar in the mountains. Yeah, indeed.
No, through the forest.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to.
Yeah. No, because he said, "Oh, we could go. I would rather go through the forest," and I was like, "Yeah, me too."
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's my vote.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to go today, or do we want to
We're going in the morning.
in the morning? All right, that
So-
works perfectly, because I need to repair my dagger.
So
Where's
I'll
John
take my
Rhodes?
roll for today. I'm gonna hunt.
Okay. You're
I'm gonna
hunting
go
Voodoo.
Oh.
So we'll do his first real
Yeah.
quick. While you're playing actions.
Already.
It's not noon. It'll go to 6 hours. So after this, it would be noon, right? Because we went morning. Oh, then we traveled in the morning. Got here. What time is it right now? It is
Evening time.
Evening time.
I'm
evening
just
time.
outside.
Okay.
I'm just outside the town. So
right.
I'm assuming it's
Okay.
not like
While you're
that
playing
much
this,
to travel.
Voodoo, give me a survival roll while y'all playing what doing. Besides Voodoo and
Alright.
hunting, we'll do that stuff real quick.
Oh, and when he hunts.
Ugh.
Ooh. Voodoo, you
Eh?
find nothing.
That sucks.
Do you mind if I hunt as well to see if we can get us some food? Or can
Okay,
only one of us
you can
hunt?
also now to hunt though. You need to have either a marksmanship weapon or a trap.
I have a marksmanship weapon. I have a bow.
Okay. Also, give me a survival roll.
Alright.
Didn't Yap Yap hunt without a bow?
I need a dagger. Yeah, you don't.
You said
You
survival, right?
you don't need a bow to go hunting.
No, you do. That was a little correction.
Oh.
You either need a trap or you need a ranged weapon. You can't sit there and like.
Oh
hunt
yeah,
them.
I had a trap.
Yeah.
I had a
Oh,
bear
okay.
trap.
Also, Basil, you couldn't find one either. That's. Fortunately, it's just not good right now.
Can I push?
Can I set up a snare?
That would actually be part of the survival roll, or that'd be part of the hunting.
That would. Oh,
And no,
okay.
you can't push Basil.
Oh, I can't.
Remember, survival rolls you can't push anymore. So,
Alrighty.
or not
And
survival rolls,
then-
but
and-
journey rolls you can't push anymore.
And then when I was in town and I did the crafting roll and I pushed, would I gain a willpower point for that or no?
Yes, you would. For that, you would.
Question:
Yes.
Could I forage? And if so, what do I click?
All right. So foraging is also going to be. Now, real quick, because survival is dependent on the terrain as well as the season. So let me go real quick.
Okay.
Upload this page. All right. So I do know that we are in the spring. So it's actually -1 for foraging. And the terrain we're in is open plains. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so to forage in open terrain like this in the season, it is -2 to your survival roll.
Okay.
So bottom left, click on -2, and then click on your survival.
Do I gain anything from being a herbalist?
Oh, I think you actually do. Let me check real quick. Did
Yep.
someone actually put that in the chat? Yes, your survival roll is +1. So actually you got -1 instead of -2.
Got it.
Animal.
-1 and survival.
And you got one. All right. So let's see. What do you gain when you actually forage? All right. Okay. So when you forage, you have to let me know if you're looking for food or water. Obviously, you're looking for food. So you rolled. You now gain a number of vegetables equal to the amount of successes you got. So you got 1 unit of vegetables.
All right, noted.
I will put it in the party sheet.
Oh, and by the way, I think most of us are still overweight capacity. Can you tell us the disadvantages we get on that?
Excuse me.
You've been excused.
All right. So the rules for encumbrance are. So you can temporarily carry more than your normal encumbrance, right, which is 2 times your strength. Now, when you do, you need to make a endurance roll whenever you run. So once you go into combat is when it's so traveling around is fine. Once you go into combat, or if you hike during the quarter day. Sorry, I just rephrase that. So when you fight, essentially, or when you hike during the quarter day, you need to roll. If you fail the roll, you either drop what you're carrying to get to the actual correct weight, or you start from 1 point of agility and keep on going. So you just have to rest more, essentially, when you're over encumbered.
So how would you get herbs? Yeah. If you can't get herbs while you're foraging.
I think when you get the Poison Master talent, I might be that allows you to scavenge and hunt, not scavenge and hunt, but scavenge for the herbs needed for it. Because when crafting it on the market list, like where it's with like the shop or the item list, and it says to craft, it just lists what type you need.
But for Poison Master, it has nothing to do with finding it. It just says you can make it.
Ah, okay.
Poisoner. Yeah. You can't, yeah. It has nothing to do with finding the herbs in the first place. It just, yeah, you can. You know how to. That's why I'm confused. That's all. That's all I was asking.
All right, and the herb is... It's by having a garden. So find a place that has a garden. Usually it's going to be the castle.
Okay.
Or I might let you find out in the woods. If you get enough successes, I might let you acquire herbs.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, that was it. Okay, cool. Sorry to take up some time.
No worries. Like I said, I just kind of learning session right now, looks like, which is fine. I mean, we all got to learn the game somehow. So that's what we're doing right now. And we'll have time to go ahead and head to this place. But for evening phase, we have a couple of, essentially everyone hunting kind of bad right now, but that's just the nature of the rules. So with that, do we want to move on to the evening phase, which essentially everyone's sleeping?
Yeah, who's gonna be awake to be watch out unless you guys just want to take the chance?
Well, we're at the town. So one bed phase, you can sleep in town, fine. Now because this is your hometown, I will let everyone sleep here for free, essentially.
Question.
I'm gonna stay in the forest, but I'm gonna sleep through the night.
Question real quick.
Or
Do
just
I have
outside then.
full health? Because I did sleep earlier.
Yes, you should have got full health.
All right. Let me check.
Yeah, so your current should be the max.
Where is the health?
It's your health and strength.
Not.
It's your current stats.
It's strength. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. So I'll sleep as well. Why not?
Now,
Actually,
here's the thing. No one actually went to look for a shelter. So if you do, it's going to be probably a bit bad.
That's a good point.
Got a phone call. I'll be right back. Yeah, I mean, you're right next to town, so you can sleep in town. Give me a second.
All right.
And then after you're done doing 50,000 different things, about repairing my going to the smith and using the forge there to repair my dagger.
Oh, are you trying to you're trying to repair your dagger, right?
Yeah.
If you if I can work, if there's a workaround, I can see if I can use the smith and I can repair it for you. I have the smithing talent.
Me too.
Worst comes to
Ow.
worst, I can just give you my knife.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, I wouldn't mind using a knife. Yeah.
Oh, you would not want to use a knife, because it's worse off than a dagger. The only thing a knife can do.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying like if I fail, it's
Oh,
broken
yeah.
forever. That's what I mean.
All right, I'm back.
I'd rather have a knife than nothing. Is what I meant by that. Oh, somehow my weight went down. I have no idea how.
I was adjusting everyone's inventory to what it should match. So here's one thing I know about Fantasy
Oh.
Grounds. So here's one drawback of Fantasy Grounds I'll say. So whenever you take inventory from, and this is for everyone to know because you have to do this now from now on. Whenever you take anything from the inventory, from the party sheet, or anything I give to you, the character sheet, for some reason because of D&D 5 5th edition, the way they do it is everything comes in unidentified. And that's why you'll see the asterisk with like the text, like this one it said the cow stuff. That's because it's unidentified. Then I identify it for all the players. Now the thing is, when I do bring in things that are unidentified, it does automatically make everything the weight normal. So what you need to do is just some player stuff is whenever you take anything that's new on your sheet, look at what it actually weighs by clicking on the link and see the weight, and then just adjust that to what it actually says on the inventory. So I did that with everyone to adjust the weight to what it should be. So everyone's inventory right now should be correct, weight-wise and identifiable locations or identifiable items. So everyone's weight should have went down a little bit for the most part.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
mine was
it-
fine. Mine stayed the same.
Yeah, some are okay, but some I did drop because the stuff was incorrect on my side essentially.
Alrighty. And I think Yep wanted to go to the. You said you wanted to go to the smith. Or was
Yeah.
that some guy did?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you want to go to Smith to get your dagger fixed. All right, let's go ahead and look at this.
I know it's just a crafting rule, but I don't know if they would allow me to use a smith in the first place.
You can use your smith, or you can use your
Brilliant.
smithy for 1 silver.
Oh. How about first time free?
Go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
We did save a baby.
Oh, a manipulation roll. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, we
okay,
did save a
you saved a
baby.
baby. Give me a manipulation roll at +2. You did save a
Oh,
baby. I'll give
okay,
you that. I'll give you that.
Let's do manipulation. No, oh no, I don't want that. Roll it. Thank you. No.
You can
Dang
push
it.
this. You
Oh,
can
well.
push this if you want to. You can really want this.
I'm about to rest afterward, so yeah, I'll push it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yay!
You can use the his forge for I'll tell you what. Yeah, we'll go 8 copper.
Does anybody have a copper?
8
I
copper.
gave all mine away. Oh, I should read
Yeah,
this.
we should have a
0.
copper somewhere, shouldn't we?
8 copper? Yeah,
Rifle
for-
through your pockets. Oh wait,
Let
I have
me,
a belt buckle. I have a bronze belt buckle. That's gotta be worth something, right?
I forgot I had that. Or I forgot I wanted to sell that. Oh well.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
You should
Repairing the
try it
dagger
out.
himself would be 1 silver. It's half the price of the item. Or you can use 8 copper and do it yourself, which could be bad. So it's up to you.
I would rather spend 1 copper and do it myself than owe him a silver.
8 copper. So
Idea.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can you can polish up and shine up the belt buckle and try to sell for profit.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let me see. Yeah, how much would that bronze belt buckle be worth, do you think?
who has it?
Me. Yeah.
Yep, it's got the belt buckle. All right, let's see. You go to a local appraiser, and it is worth 8 copper.
Oh, okay, yep, I'll take that.
I'll
Well,
take
we
8
can,
copper and then give him
yeah.
1 copper.
Why don't we just
Do you-
give Yayap two copper, and then he can just put it together and get 1. That'll equal 1 silver, and Smith can do it. That way he has.
Does
it.
anybody have two?
Yeah, because the Smith will
copper?
do it. So anytime an NPC does anything, automatically wants success. So automatically always passes. If you do it yourself, it could fail. So
We got
Oh,
two
and I
coppers,
forgot
don't
to
we?
take empathy down one. Empathy.
Oh, by the way, Yap, you does Yap gain a willpower for pushing?
yes.
You get a Yip willpower.
4. Thank you for reminding me about that.
The group, we got 2 copper, don't we?
Well, I think Yap just sold.
Yeah, he actually sold
Yeah,
enough
but-
to acquire the forge if you wanted to use it.
Yeah, but that he
Like,
was
2
gonna.
more to have the smithy do it automatically
Yeah.
successing.
So how much copper do we have in the group?
Let me pull up what I had earlier. So we currently have.
I'll tell you what. Because of the manipulation roll, I'll let you do it for the 8 copper if you want to do it that way.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah. I have this much. Would this much work?
All right, give it to me, and he'll do it. So go ahead and you can put your dagger back to max value.
Okay, so then let's attack 8 copper, correct?
No.
No.
He sold something for 8 copper. We were
Oh,
looking
okay,
for 2
okay.
copper.
All right.
Combat 2.
Alright, are you guys okay with like dragging the session on a little longer?
Yep, I'm about to ask right now. So right now would be the end time of the session. So the question is,
Oh,
do you want to
really?
continue on?
I thought we ended at 4.
No.
I mean,
5 hours?
an
No.
hour.
No. Because
No, no.
here's what's going on right now.
I'm good for continuing.
So I want everyone to know right now, real quick. So typically, when my schedule before the whole COVID situation happened, I was off on Wednesday, Thursday. I worked on Monday. So when I go back to right now, my schedule, the way it is being a casino worker, my schedule is kind of borked up with what's going on. And so I do have right now Monday off because of them being kind of goofy. So I can continue further on than normal. Typically, when my schedule does go back to Wednesday, Thursday off, I would have to end the session either right now or within the next 20 minutes. So there will be a hard cutoff essentially eventually, but since I'm off right now, I can continue on for as long as you guys kind of want until I really do need to end because either I'm just talking too much of what's going on. So right now,
You need
I
a
can
nap.
continue forward.
You need a nap before work.
Yeah. But right now I'm off today, so I'm fine.
Idea. Could we take like a 20-minute break and then hop back in?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too.
All right.
Set your clocks.
But I'll be ending in an hour.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if we can do something. Well, is there like a library or a source of information within this town?
This town, no.
Yeah, I asked that earlier. There's a temple in the nearest town, I think, or largest town. I forgot what's the name. Something Storm.
Yep. The town of Stormwall does have a temple, and that's actually right here.
Because I would really like to see what artifact these silver metal wings belong to.
Oh, well, start asking around. You can ask around here. You can go to the tavern and start asking information. I probably should have mentioned that. But you can definitely get more information going there. But you can also just go around asking people. And this would be using your lore skill. So the lore skill will be used to actually get more information. But where you ask and where you use that lore skill, you determine the kind of answers you'll get.
Alrighty. You know what? Wait, what? Okay, can you explain that one more time? I'm so sorry.
All right. So when you have relics, when you have a piece of an artifact, just right here, you have a legend. So the legend is part of that artifact you have right now. You can use the lore skill. Lore skill is always to get more information about whatever you're looking for. Now, where you use that lore skill, at a library, in the middle of the wilderness, at a ruin, in front of a merchant, will determine what kind of information you get.
Alrighty. So I would say I would like to go to the tavern and just ask about it, because I think it would give me a good idea of maybe like the direction to go from here, rather than like even if it takes me a while to get to that direction, and we decide to do something else beforehand, it just would give us a good idea on like the next location to go if we want to pursue this later on.
All right. So you go to the tavern. Go ahead and give me. So everyone, just go take a break. Go take a break right now. While I do this, and he can fill you in all when you get back.
Alright.
Go ahead and give me a lore roll.
Alrighty.
These also, I'm gonna say, can't be pushed either.
Oh.
'Cause you can't force them to talk more. But you succeeded. So I just no, that was yeah. Mate, you still succeeded. All right. So you get your first tidbit. So you succeed. So I will give you information, that is relevant. So I won't give you false information, essentially, ever. So here's something that's actually going to be used. Give me 1 second while I get myself situated with this.
Mhm.
So you're talking to someone within the tavern. You're in Godsdale, and you're asking around. You're showing off this piece of item. And someone at a table at the corner of the tavern, curiously looking at the item, and maybe approach him yourself. But he does look at that piece, and he goes, interesting. I'll tell you something I might have heard a while back. You see, there's this tale, or information. The Elven Spring Valar is supposed to have been one of the early teachers in the Druidic Order of the Golden Bows. He possessed mental powers unmatched by others, and it is rumored that someone who can channel their concentration just right will be able to fly with his helmet on his head. Others claim that the crucial part is trust, as well as concentration, saying that the user has to brave the plunge with the helmet on, firm in the belief in their ability to fly, for that ability to manifest. I've seen a drawing that resembles that wing attached to a helmet. Interesting indeed. Interesting.
We have Thor's helmet, alright.
I appreciate your knowledge.
So here you go. This is the very first legend you guys have. And legends always have, well, good fun things.
Oh boy.
Here you go.
Valar's helmet. The Elven Spring Valar is supposed to have been one of the early teachers in the. Oh, that's what you pronounced.
Exactly what I said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what we're. Okay. So one of us could fly, and one of us could fly to the tower in the middle of the little lake.
Now, Elven Spring are actually the name of half-elves that are from Ravenlands.
Alrighty. And then just one more thing. Since I'm new to this little town, I'm not from here. I don't think I'd be able to get a place to stay. So could I'll become sleepy for this, but could I work at the tavern during the night? Just to stay safe during the night. To see if they if they need somebody to clean up the dishes, clean up the tables.
Essentially what that would be is you using a quarter day to work and then not having to pay anything to sleep.
Yeah.
So since it's evening and you already did your survival stuff, you would be working at the nighttime and then sleeping in the morning.
Well, I wouldn't be sleeping because when morning comes up, I want to get the time to sleep because we'd be moving. So I'd have the sleepy condition.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
On this, sorry, Basil, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good.
Okay. So for the evening quarter, I went and I paid for my thing to be repaired. Would I
Yes.
still be able to hunt, or would that be like the only thing I was able to do that quarter?
Since you had a merchant do it, you can do something else you want. Do something with the merchant would only because he would take care of it and do it. You can essentially you went there, talked to
Yeah.
him, gave it to him, and left. And then you can pick it up at the end of the quarter day or the next phase.
Okay.
I'd like to try learning Packrat again.
Okay. Give me a wits roll.
Oh, I just closed my sheet. Dang it. It's 1, 2, 3 wits.
There you go. Okay, but you need to do it correctly
Oh, this
because
is
you're still doing it
success.
wrong.
I was going to say, dang it. Okay.
You still doing.
I
I
did
want you
wrong?
to.
I
You,
did
you
wrong.
succeeded. But I want you to do it correctly. So I want you to right click the D6.
The die on the screen that you that has the 3D animation.
Yeah, he's rolling dice
Yeah.
correctly. He's just rolling the wrong dice. So instead of picking up, I want you to right click
Yeah.
the dice
No.
and go to
I
custom
did.
dice.
Did times 3. Oh, custom dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the
Oops.
D61, and then with the dice floating in your hand, right click 3 times to add in the dice, and then roll it in chat.
Okay, D6 1. Okay. That's
That's how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay, got it. Okay. Cool. I'm just glad I got a success, and I now have Pack Rat.
Oh yeah, actually, I'll do
they can
the
carry that thing.
those counts for everyone. So reduce your XP by 3.
Yes.
Now I'll put in pack rat.
As soon as they find out where it is, because I forgot where it is.
It's in inventory.
Yeah, what does
Inventory.
Pack Rat do again?
It gives me like a +2 or something. I can't remember. Should have 3 XP.
Oh, to your like to your holding capacity, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Does gold like currency count towards your weight? Like, does that add up?
I'm gonna say no, unless you get something ridiculous. You get like 5,000 copper coins, and I will say yes. But in general, no.
Okay. So my goal in this session is to get up to at least 6 willpower. So next session, I can get 6 gold. I'm good.
Wait, you don't get gold that way.
Yes, I do. Every time okay, so it's the third ability, the third rank once I level up my
Here, let me check.
Path of Gold. I can spend 1 willpower to find 1 piece of gold in my pockets, even if I was previously searched. So I don't have to have anything on me. As long as I spend a willpower point, I find a piece of gold.
Here, give me a second though, because we only get 6 willpower. I'll check real quick if that's written. That's just. It seems a bit broken, but let me check it after I actually make the roll real quick for pack rat.
Because it says you always have gold hidden somewhere.
Yeah, you understand? 6 gold in this game is equivalent to like 6,000 gold in D&D. So I just want to make sure it's correct. Yeah, because we only have 6 gold. Essentially, you would retire the game. I mean, that's what I'm curious about. So let me check real quick. Let me make the thing real quick for
If
the
you
pack
just look
rat.
at my
Take a look.
Yeah, so I just get +2 to weight, really, because I can carry 2 additional items without being encumbered, and a heavy item counts as 2 items, the same weight. I mean, so it would be just normal weight. So it would put it up to like 10.
And I mean, I think the reason they have it like that for Path of Gold is it's mainly for when you get into the stronghold building phase, because that's going to cost a lot of money.
No, Stronghold requires a resource, not gold.
Well, oh, okay. Well, could you spend gold to get resources?
Oh yeah, you can buy it. But let me check real quick, because I'm actually curious about that. I mean, if that's the way it is, that means you'd be fully equipped. I mean, you still have to find it, so let me check real
Yeah.
quick. Let's see. Let's find out.
Oh, use bathroom.
It's on my character sheet if you wanna.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Let's see.
But that's rank 3. It's not rank 2.
Oh no, alright, that's right. Yeah, Path of Gold. That's pretty good. We used to never be poor. Yeah, it's rank 3. Path of Gold was that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not bad.
By the way, what is it called? You said we can only have a max of 10 willpower points,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. Like, I don't think you, like, I think, like, later in the game, you have a chance at getting higher than that, but we can't cross that cap. So I think, like, per session, I think max points, like, that's average to get would be 10.
Yeah, Path of Gold is good. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of gold, which is like good for the group, but buying stuff is still going to be hard because of anything that's rare and common is rolled to see if the town has it. You might be walking on 10 gold, which is still going to be pretty good, but being able to find something that you want is tough. But
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, I know. Like I kind of plan on hoarding up my gold until we get to like a much more prominent town. And we still gotta figure out where we wanna. Oh, so I noticed something. I didn't look through it all. I noticed something on the book. It said something about teachers or things that we could buy, uh, what's it called? We could buy something like a service. There you go, services we could buy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's just some things that
Yeah,
the town might have or whatnot. Like, I mean, you can wash clothes, get a career lodging.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so they have teachers. So essentially, the way I put it is, to find a teacher is going to require the town is specialized, and that's why I said earlier you can find a smithy teacher because the town has a smithy. So essentially, the way I'm putting it is, depending on the rarity and what you're looking for, you might find a teacher if the town has that type of essentially specialty.
Yeah, what can the teacher do for us though?
The biggest thing is he lets you skip having to roll for talents.
Yeah, but you still have to put the XP into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else is doing during the evening, but I'm sleeping.
I am working at the tavern.
Nice. So you're gonna be sleepy tomorrow?
Yep.
So that's going to be the night phase, which I'll do right now. Bam.
No, I think it's.
Oh boy. Wait, wait. Why was my armor with leather armor rolled?
I just want it.
Oh.
No, it's just dun dun.
to find something.
All
Give me
right.
1 minute.
Well, he left. And he is bought.
All right, hey, go ahead and join up the server again. All right, I see him connecting. My room is really damn hot. Let me get the AC turned on. Oh, that's why, because my AC was turned off. The hell. Ugh.
I don't know, but like a couple, like 3 or 4 months back, I discovered, like, okay, so I cook my chicken to the bare minimum, like right when it stops being pink, so it's so fucking juicy. And then there's do you know McCormick seasoning?
I
They've got this like maple bourbon seasoning. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. I just use that with the chicken, and I just like dip it into the seasoning.
yeah, I eat it raw.
You eat it raw?
Yep,
Why?
because it's good. It's like sushi. Raw sushi chicken is awesome. No, not really. My personal trainer used to do that. I don't like raw chicken. I tried it once, but it's not
Hey,
good.
I like eggs raw. Eggs raw is. not
I've actually never had that. I've never had raw
not
eggs.
great. I
Oh.
prefer. I hate eggs, so like raw eggs and hard-boiled eggs are the only way you'll get me to eat eggs.
I put raw eggs in my smoothies.
Anyways,
Like,
real quick, who are we waiting for? I know someone left. Was it Basil or was it a Crow?
No.
Hilarion, I think.
Alright, I'm back.
He's back.
Nope, okay. All right, let's go ahead and get going. Since we're on the time crunch. So, it is now the evening phase. So, what I need to determine is who is sleeping and who's staying up. I do know that I believe Basil is gonna be sleepy because of what
Nope.
he's doing currently.
I don't think I'd gain anything from sleeping because I'm already recovered. I'm at everything. But I'll sleep. I'll just sleep.
Well, you still have to sleep to not have the sleepy status. All right, so everyone now to see how well they're prepared for the next day. Everyone go through their food. So roll their food and water. Oh, water's fine because you can get water here. Everyone roll the food though.
Dang it! No more food.
Yep, it's out of food.
Oh, thank God.
Basil's good. Food was good for food. So for Elric and alright, Kubrick's good. Erin, roll for your food, please. Why did Kubrick have that? That wasn't right. Oh, he rolled a 10. Never mind. It's fine. Yeah, he rolled a 10. All right. Look, everyone's good for food except for yep, ran out of food. So everyone's now going to sleep except for Basil, and we can do the effects for everyone, anyways. Recover, sleep. All right. We now go on to the next day. All right, it is the 17th of Spring Wane, and it is sunrise. All right, what is the course of action? What is everyone going to do?
Well,
We
let's
eat-
get on our way.
Are heading into the forest to this tower thingy.
Wait, so who was the Pathfinder?
I am.
As Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Okay.
All right, Voodoo, type in pathfinding, please. In chat, who's going to be the scout?
I can scout. I can scout.
Type it out, please. We need one
I'll
scout.
just be
Yeah,
tagging along.
I was reaching for my things.
All right, as we tag along, as y'all head out into the woods, or well, it depends on which direction if it wants to go, let's do the roll for the Pathfinder first. So yeah, go ahead and give me a scouting roll.
You got it.
You got this, Jeff.
Make
Yeah.
sure I click the freaking right thing.
Fantastic, that's
That's-
pretty good.
Ah,
Now to see how well we traverse along, I need Voodooin to give me the pathfinding roll.
You said every 2 hexes were a day, right?
Yes. On open terrain, open forest is open terrain, so you're fine there. So you can move 2 hexes right now after Voodooin actually does his roll.
How was it we did the Pathfinder? I'm sorry. I gotta remember that.
Yeah, right now keep it up because you're doing a lot of pathfinding rolls right now.
Yeah, no, he's asking where do you
Yeah, how do I
Oh,
do it again?
the abilities tab, character sheet.
lead the way.
Yeah, all these
Lead the
rolls
way,
are on
that's
the
right,
lead the way. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I was. Oh shit! God dang it! Sorry, clicked on the wrong spot.
Now, here's one thing to remember for your players, especially for you, Voodooin. When you traverse back through a place you've already been through, you don't need to do pathfinding anymore. Only when you go through new territory.
Oh, that's awesome. Is there like a symbol we can put on the map to like
Nope,
show
remember
that we've been through that tile? We just have to remember.
Just gotta remember, yep.
Which tile did you move through?
Which tile did you move through?
So far, you've only been through these 2 tiles. Through these 2. All right, now, Voodooin,
Yeah.
open up the map and move the hex.
Uh,
All right, that's the first one. Roll again.
the scout and Voodooin?
Nope, just Voodooin. Scouts for a quarter day. Every hex is for the Pathfinder. All right, so Voodooin, move the square one more, or move the icon one more,
okay.
and this will be the very, very first failure of leading the way. We're now going to see the result of this.
Come on. We got this.
All right. So as you are traversing through the landscape, a small mishap is going to befall the party. The question is, what happens? As you're going, the way forward is blocked by rocks, fallen trees, or thick shrubbery, or even flooding, depending on the terrain. In this case, it's going to be a bunch of fallen trees that are blocking the path forward. Oh, it's actually in the middle of the forest. It's probably going to be bricks or rocks or a part of the terrain that you can't traverse. What happens is you must roll might or move to be able to move forward. If you fail, you suffer 1 point of damage to strength and must roll again. Anyone who rolls successfully can help anyone who did not. You won't make any progress on the map during this quarter day. You actually stay there. All right, so you actually stay put. Pow. So in this case, everyone, roll me a might or a move roll in this case. Now, these rolls you can't push. Damn,
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
You really want to get through this thing.
I'm a strong little boy!
I don't have anything in any of them, so.
That's amazing. That's 4.
That's a hell of a roll.
That's rare. Like hot
Wait,
dang.
so does he just like pick up the trees?
No, he just finds a way past going through it. Maybe he picks up a damn tree. Who knows? But here, Voodooin, you failed. Now you can push the roll,
I can
Voodooin.
get through anywhere.
Nat 20 though.
You can push Voodooin, or you can take the result and get damage and roll again.
Oh, question.
a nat
So
20 on a nat 20.
I'll push.
if he got all of those, which I that would be the equivalent of nat 20, would that do anything?
If you get that many 6s, I'll probably say yes.
Okay.
All right. In this case, you know what? I'll say in this case, if you want to, I'll let you go ahead and help Voodooin. Because if you did roll all damn successes, I'll let you auto succeed for Voodooin if he doesn't want to push. Since he's the one that failed.
I'll let my buddy Yep help me out.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, you actually help out Voodooin. So this does waste a quarter day, though. So this now goes to the day. We now need, again, scouting rolls as well as leading the way, unless you want to stay put. So the question is, do you want to move forward or do you want to stay put here during the day?
I say we go forward.
All right. In that case,
Wait, why
Yep,
did our,
is keeping
why did
watch.
our counter move back one?
I'm on fire.
because of the failure of the roll. You actually didn't move forward. In this case, you lead code. So now, Voodooin, move forward. Move the group.
We're gonna go this way.
Okay. Now, do know that the dark terrain is actually difficult terrain. It's actually deep forest.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Nah, you know, that's fine.
So yeah, this actually
And that
is difficult
being-
terrain. So in this case, you're either going this way or you're going this way. Or you go through if you want to. You just have to deal with difficult terrain.
We'll go through it. We'll pass
Okay.
through that difficult terrain.
Okay. So you move the hex. Give me another survival roll or leading the way roll.
Oh, because we morning. Now it's afternoon.
Yeah,
now
afternoon.
it's
All right. Move the hex. All right. You're now within deep forest. And with that, we now go to the dusk phase. But something else happens. This is now going to be a result of a random encounter. And in fact, for the random encounter is going to be this. And because Yap is the one that actually successfully rolled his scouting roll, he does see this at a time that can inform the group. What this means is you get to decide on how you wish to proceed. And I'm going to now reveal what happens. At first you hear a guttural song. Mishbach, gukgal, gukgal. And the sound of a drum beating out of rhythm. Then you spot a group of orcs walking in a chaotic procession, singing a hymn. In the middle of the group, two of the orcs carry a huge wooden stick where a trussed up orc hangs, dangling and helpless. There are,
Thrust up orc? Or like you said, orc thrust up? Sorry.
yes, so orc that is
Okay, sorry.
essentially tied up, helpless. And they're singing as they're carrying them through the forest. Yeah, if you're the one that sees this, you inform the party. There are 10 orcs. Now, it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Let them go, intervene, investigate. But you do see 10 of them. You count 10 orcs, yeah. Now, from GM to players, what do you do?
Hey guys, there's a bunch of orcs walking. There's roughly 10. I don't know. That's how many fingers I got. And then there's I think one strung up. They had him like on a stick thing, and like a prisoner almost, or like a torture victim or something. Yeah, that's scary, and I think we should avoid that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that person could be. I think we could. That's too many people. And orcs. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, before we make a full decision on this, can I ask the party if anybody knows anything about this by making a lore check to see if you might recall what this tradition is? Is that possible, DM?
I would say yes.
Does anybody want to do a lore check to see if they know what it is? I have a 0 in my lore.
Lore's high. Lore's based off of wits, right? Yeah, I have bad wits. I have 3.
I mean, it doesn't mean. I mean, if you still fail, nothing bad happens. You just get to choose if you want to re-roll or not. You can still roll though.
What are we rolling for?
Lore. There you go. Yayap, and I will tell Yayap now, as he knows maybe what's going on.
Can everybody else roll 2 or just him?
I mean, other people can roll and see if they get better than me.
Yeah. Well, it's still going to be the same result in this case. I'll let make sure I'm going to give Yayap. I'll give it to the people that also succeed. This will give you an idea of what's going on.
Okay.
There are a lot of notifications in all these servers. Oh, where are you sending it? Are you sending it in Fantasy Grounds or on Discord?
I'm typing it out.
Okay. But no, I'm so glad I got a soda stream for my birthday. I basically get to make unlimited fizzy water. It's so fucking good. Like putting
What I used
mineral
to.
water and making it fizzy.
All right, so I sent all of you that did roll successfully a message. It gives a little more detail what's going on.
Where?
So for Basil, Yap, and Voodoo, it's in chat.
Oh, got you. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so you see that you'll hear a little ding when I send you a message.
Hmm. Okay, so that gives us reason to think. Can I say this out loud?
Yeah. I mean, your character knows it. Your character can say it out loud.
Alright. It gives us reason to think that they have some order. So there's a chance they might not fully attack us on sight, but I can't guarantee that.
What makes you think that?
Well, it seems as if what's happening is they caught somebody, maybe something like a criminal or such, and this is his or her sentence.
Remember, common knowledge. Common knowledge of the world is orcs hate everyone. Because, as what is known, is orcs were used by the elves and dwarves as foot soldiers before being abandoned by the elves and dwarves. And so the humans that were fighting the orcs, well, orcs hate humans because of that. Orcs hate elves and dwarves because they were their masters at one point. And, well, they don't really care about the halflings and goblins because they weren't really part of the war. But orcs hate essentially everyone, except for halflings and goblins.
Well, guess I was wrong. Alright.
That's common knowledge. Now, when I say common knowledge, here's what I mean. Not common knowledge by the book, but common knowledge by what your characters would know on their time in the world, which means common knowledge might change. This is the common knowledge of the town. So it's in-world knowledge of what they currently know. I'll put it that way.
Alrighty.
Oh, one thing I'd like to add is, I'm a stealthy boy. So, if we wanted, I could follow them to their camp stealthily and maybe get some loot. Some nice and shinies.
I think we
I
should
just-
leave them alone.
I
No
just
sense.
looked at the... Sorry, go on.
No sense in poking a hornet's nest. Let them do their thing and we'll do our thing.
You could also just
No, I
ask
said
them.
goblins. I mean orcs. I said orcs, not hornets.
What's the
Well, that-
difference?
Continue.
Anna, I'm for just letting them go by. That's my vote.
I agree. There's no point in doing it.
Alarian, you've gotta make the call on this one.
Elrin, you here?
Yeah. Alarian, stop her.
Oh, fine. Don't ever.
Yeah, make the call. So there's two people that want me and Yep say sneak behind and get some loot, or the other option is to continue to where we were headed, let them pass, and we will go to whatever this little house little symbol is on the map.
Would like to correct you there. Sneak sneak around them and potentially get loot, or and have a chance of maybe breaking another kneecap, or
There you go.
actually
So this is a vote to
Carry
go
on with the
around
plan.
and not deal with the orcs. This is the vote for.
So no is sneak around.
That all right? Already done. Sneak around orcs. All right. So group consensus is to go around them. So that's what's happening. So the orcs go on their merry way. And with that, we can continue forward. Now, since this is difficult terrain, at this point, as you traverse into the deep woods, it does get towards dusk, which has already been dusk. So that's what's already been revealed. Now we get to determine: do you want to continue forward, or do you want to break camp for the night, or do you want to investigate this tower in the middle of the night? It's up to you.
I know what you guys are thinking. Investigating a tower in the middle of the night, what could go wrong? I'm thinking Pokemon all over again. But,
And
staying
we'll be
here
tired in the morning.
with- True. But staying here where the orcs just passed, if we sleep... I mean...
Emphasis
like-
on past.
I'm gonna say we make camp and setting up snares. Is that can be like
So
It's
doing snares
like
is
trip
part
wires?
of the hunting phase.
hunting? Okay.
So when you hunt is when you
Good.
do the snares. It does give you bonuses on the roll when you do it.
Excuse me. Oh, dying.
But
Sorry for
wouldn't
interrupting
setting
you,
up
Basil.
camp- That's okay. Would setting up camp cost a quarter of the day?
Yes. That's
So
them
that means
finding a
it
good
would be
location.
it would already be morning.
Well, no, it's just evening. So you set up camp, and then at nighttime you all sleep. And then morning phase, continue on forward.
Okay. And we have to keep in mind, Yap Yap has no food, so.
So hunting might be good right now.
I have vegetables on me.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, so I have a small tent. I guess I'll set up camp. I don't know if you guys want that.
Alright,
what is
video
set up
hunting?
camp survival?
It's make camp in the journeys actions.
Okay.
Now remember, this is for the entire group, not just yourself. So if you fail, you fail for the entire group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see something. Make camp survive. Okay. Does anybody have a better survival than me?
Nope.
What was the question?
Okay. Do I get any bonuses if I have a small tent or no?
You do. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and find the tent. Actually, alright.
Excuse me.
Alright, small tent.
Excuse me again, sorry.
You've been excused.
Alright, so you see where it says make camp and you have relevant items to the right of it that's empty right now?
Yeah.
Click it, and actually currently it says... Oh, that's what. Okay.
Oh no, it says I get +2 to making camp.
Yep, here's how we do this. So, we need to actually move this to your gears section. There we go. Now you should be able to select it under the drop-down list for a relevant item under make camp.
Where is it?
So go to your abilities. So go to the journeys. It's
Yeah.
always in journeys. So to the right of where it says make camp, where it's next to the right of survival, there's an empty list. Click it and select on the tent.
Small tent. All right.
But you did for hike. Do it for the make camp.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, you're not hiking with the tent. That'd be kind of weird. There we go.
Alright.
Now go ahead and roll, and we'll see how well you set up a camp. Not well, unfortunately. All right, but we have Vidun and Yayap going out and hunting. Now here's the question: you can do it two ways. You can either hunt together. In this case, you'll give one person a bonus, or you can both hunt separately. How do you both want to do this, Vidun and Yayap?
How much is the bonus?
It's 1 dice.
Oh, okay. Would that include my gear that I have?
Yes.
I have snares,
Oh,
so
okay.
that should go with the bonus too.
Yeah. I have a bear trap. You know, I can just help you, and we can split whatever we get.
All right.
All right, real quick before we do that, I want
Yeah,
to
that-
know what Elrian as well as Kubrick, what are you two going to do during this night phase or evening phase?
So in order to become sleepy, is it if you don't sleep once you're sleepy, or if you don't sleep?
If you don't
once?
sleep, you become sleepy at that point. At that point, you start getting wits damage.
Okay, so I think I'll sleep.
Remember, sleeping is during the night phase. We're not night phase yet. It's just the evening phase.
Oh, my bad. Forage. I like to forage.
Okay, write down forage. Rand, you don't need to sleep yet. Usually you want to sleep during the evening phase. Right now, no one's keeping watch, which means if you do get ambushed, it's going to be bad. But you don't need anyone to do it. Or you can have your wolf do it. You can have Voodoo and can actually use the willpower, if you had any, to actually have his wolf keep watch. Okay, so Aaron, give me a scouting roll, please. As you watch over the group as they all go hunting. All right. Unfortunately, you don't see anything. Kubrick, go ahead and give me a foraging survival roll.
-1, right?
Actually, you're in the middle of a damn forest, so probably not. We get -1 for it being the season, but because of your location, you're in dark forest, but it's difficult terrain. So also give me, yeah, so it's going to be a total of -1.
And go here. Forage, yeet.
All right. Now, you do forage in a bad way. We're going to find out what happens with you doing that. So, roll me a d6 there, Kubrick.
D6.
Mhm.
Got it. Hi, is it gonna
I think it's like getting
There.
needles in your hair and oof.
landed as a 4 before, but 1 is.
All right. So, you do find vegetables.
Okay.
So, actually, you need to take them too. They're in the chat. So go ahead and take them from the party sheet.
Party sheet. Vegetables.
Yep, that's from before also. So
Inventory.
take them both.
Alright. Inventory.
I don't know if those are real vegetables or he's trying to trick us.
Oh my! These are some heavy fucking vegetables.
Yeah, so go ahead and make them me identify them real quick.
Are
So,
they unidentified items?
yeah, that's why. That's why I'm make them identified. And I'm going to do the other one because you already have 2 of them. And these are 2 vegetables and make them light. Or to make them tiny. There you go. All right, so you got those now. Now that is your foraging result. Now I want to know is what's going to happen with Voodoo and Yap. Are you combining your rolls or are you going to do it separately?
I'm gonna give him my. There'd be a +3 to him to. Or do I roll separately? For that.
What's one? No, are you going to hunt separately or are you hunting together?
I'm gonna help
Separately.
him.
All right,
Aw.
so Voodoo, you're doing.
Well, I was thinking that would be because you're rolling really good, and I'm not rolling, and miss.
But you get +3 dice.
Okay, let's do it.
How's he get get +3 dice? What are you giving him?
Because you said 1 dice for helping me, and then my bear trap gives me 2 dice.
Well, no, the bear trap is going to be when it's actually in use. You might not use the bear trap depending on what happens. So, for the first roll, is just finding the prey. Doesn't use the trap yet. You have to find the prey, and then you actually try to trap it. So, Voodoo, you're going to be the main roller, correct?
Yes.
All right. So click out +1 at the bottom. Don't roll yet because we're going to see what happens. Because hunting also here might actually be better for you. Hunting, no. So you're going to be +1 for being helped by Yap. So Yap and Voodoo both go out. Now, Voodoo, go ahead and give me a hunting roll. Again, all right. Okay, so you find one thing. Now, here's how this works out. If you roll more than 1 success, you roll a number of times up to the amount of successes to find the kind of prey. Now, because you only found 1 success, you only get 1 choice. And this is a... Where's my D6 at? You traverse. You look around, and you find a fox that is out in the... You could if you did separately, but you didn't. You're hunting together. That's why. So,
Oh, okay, we did. Oh, okay. I didn't know if we. Okay, never mind.
yeah, that's
sorry.
why he got the bonus. So as you're both hunting together, you find out in the distance a fox, and they can give a pretty good amount of meat. Now the thing is, you have a choice now. Do you want to use a bear trap, or do you want to try to shoot it with a bow? This is on you this time, Voodoo.
I get a +2 if I use the bear trap.
Now use your survival roll. The bear trap does. Or you use your actual bow.
Can I use sharpshooter to give me a +1?
I would say yeah. If it just
Okay.
affects your combat bow, then yeah.
I'll use my bow.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. Just give me a shooting roll.
Hit.
Actually, don't yet. There is a difficulty because foxes are actually pretty agile. So at -1, give me a shooting roll.
So would it just be 0 then, since I had a +1?
Well, it's
with
automatically
my
in
aim?
there, so just give me -1 because it's automatically included when you do the shooting.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So give me -1 and it'll do automatically. It would if he used it, but he's not using it. He's using his bow.
All right, and then
As he's like drawing back his bow, like I just have like the bear trap in my hands, like just staring at him, like, "Come on, you son of a gun!"
How dare you forsake me? Never mind, that's a lot of dice.
There you go. Yeah, so you left an arrow and it pierces the fox. And with this, you bring the fox back to the camp, and you acquire from the fox, also put in the party sheet, is meat
Item.
and a pelt.
Can I have that pelt? I can turn it into leather.
So you
you
don't.
go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead and take it. And then, does anybody have the cooking skill?
Nope.
Well,
Yep. Why would you take the fur? You need.
Yeah, yep. yeah. Go ahead and take some food because you don't have any food.
Well, there's 3 meat. I can just take one of the meats.
All right, I'll take one. I'll eat it raw.
And I'll
Raw dog, they
get
say.
an unidentified item
Yep, I
called
got it.
meat. There we go. Okay.
All right, so let's do this real quick because the way it's set up, if you take more than one of the same item, just drag one, and I'll just let me know, and I'll adjust it because you don't need to make 2 entries. You just need to make one and just adjust the value. So, Vidun, are you taking both or just one?
I'll just take one.
Okay.
I'll give the other one. If no one wants it, I'll give it to the wolf.
Okay.
I will. Well, it'll increase my die by 1, right?
No. So it's not cooked. So in this case, it's just you can eat it and it'd be fine. You don't have to roll, but you lose it. That's the difference between food and raw food. So raw food's the same weight as one dice type. The thing is, if you eat it, it's gone and done. But if it's cooked food, you have to roll for it, and you keep potentially using it.
Alrighty, one of you guys can have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat that food, that meat for
Alright.
this evening.
Why would you eat it this evening?
Because I need food every day.
It spoils afterwards.
Wake up when you wake up.
I
in the
also
morning,
have
you're gonna eat it
vegetables,
again.
by the way.
Don't judge my edible choices. You keep your green food to yourself. Ugh.
All right. Now we need to go to the night phase. What is the course of action?
Sleep.
I'm gonna sleep. I need to sleep.
All right, type in chat.
Well, hey, I can take the watch for this evening if you guys will let me take a brief nap in the morning.
Okay,
Oh.
that sounds good.
Yeah,
That
'cause
would
I
put
can
us
see
in
in
the
dark.
That would put us in the afternoon when we travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Means you can do more stuff in the morning. You can hunt again or whatnot if you want to.
Okay.
Ability. Please roll well. Yes. Okay. These dice are so stressful.
Yep, that's kind of the point. All right, make sure everyone is unchecked. So I want everyone to do this now because I mean it takes more time if I do it. So everyone go to the main tab character sheet, and except for make sure you have none of the conditions check marked because you're all gonna be able to eat and sleep. So make sure no one says sleep except for In this case, we're sleeping. Everyone go ahead and roll their food dice resources now.
All right,
Now, if
but
you eat something, just remove it from your character sheet. If you eat the
food
food.
and water.
Yep, roll your food, roll your water. If you eat the raw food that was caught from the fox, just remove it from your character sheet.
Yeah, and there's one extra meat.
Yeah. So someone, and remember, this is gonna spoil, so someone can save this. Someone just eat it and be fine.
Oh well, okay. Can I eat the vegetable?
Yeah.
Okay. I do that.
Yeah. In that case, if you did lose a dice and increase it, or just use that in place. And I gotta. Actually, someone's here. Give me a second. Someone's at my damn door. We're back.
Why are people at your door during the quarantine, dude?
Prostitutes.
It's the purge! Get them! Shoot them before they shoot you!
I gotta go. It's
No.
Yeah.
2:00.
Yeah, it is. I have a game.
Yeah, I thought this would end sooner.
Just when we're getting to the really meaty, greedy stuff of getting stuff done.
Yeah, that means
we
next
got
session,
we got
that's when we
everything
start.
out of the way. Yeah, so next session is just gonna be totally just.
Well, I just realized a tree at my house, but it didn't damage it. Okay. So, what's going on?
What?
So, talk about next session. What's going on?
Oh,
I gotta get going.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I say we
head
call
out.
it for here, and then we pick up.
All right, then we'll
where-
end the session here. Well, not much action happened today, but we did get a lot of mechanics done. So that is gonna be it. So before we get off, because we need to do this real quick, so real fast if we can, answer the questions. Experience. So,
Yeah, we didn't
do
get
you
too much.
participate in the session? Go ahead and gain 1 XP. We travel through hexes. Yes, gain 1 XP for that. We did not do any of the rest of the stuff though. So this one is only 2 XP, unfortunately. This session.
Damn it! No.
Hey, could I add? Can you have more than one pride or only one pride?
Only 1 pride.
Okay, can I change my pride to I'm good at scouting?
Sure.
Because I got so many good scouting rolls today.
Yeah. Now I'll explain how a pride works. Yeah, sorry, Basil. Yeah.
God damn it! I needed one more.
So 2.
Why didn't
Yep.
we have that encounter?
I'll get 2 XP, sorry.
Because we didn't want to die. Not yet.
I'll tell you what, because we did get slow. We are going to the session, we are going to this place, which will be an adventure site. First adventure site. So I will give you this right now. You won't get it next session just for Basil. I'll let him get it. So you can discover the adventure site, which is in the distance, this tower. But you have to discover it next turn, or I will take the experience point back from you guys. But because this was a slow session, I'll give this to you. Because I imagine you're going to investigate next session. So take this right now. You can't take the Discover Adventure site. I'll give it to you early, because I know this was a bit of a slow session. So you can do some leveling up next session if you want to. So everyone gain 3 XP.
Okay.
But just know, I will not give that XP for the tower next session, though. I'll give you early this session because of it being a little bit slow. So.
Cool.
Uh,
Alright, guys. Awesome. I had fun.
Hey, I committed an extraordinary action of rolling 4 6s. Can I get another XP for that?
That is not extraordinary.
Oh, come on!
When you can do that, we can do it with 12 dice. I'll give it to you because I've done that, which
Oh,
was
so-
ridiculous. I rolled 12 dice and got 11 sixes and a really really bad one. But yeah, that was my Star Wars game.
That's some loaded dice right there. Keep those.
No, that was my very first crazy RPG moment. Was in a Star Wars game where I rolled that. All right, so everyone gave 3 XP on a character sheet, and we will call the session here. And yeah, there's a lot of mechanics going on today. You all saw.